You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
These summer league games and they tell you about these new up-and-coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso, both when they are on the court, are like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
I don't know why that's happening, but welcome to the podcast where we think we know everything. Thanks, Rick. We think we know everything, but we don't know shit. But what we do know is that we have a dope podcast lined up today. And I'm not even going to talk a lot because our guest has limited time. So we are going to try to keep the extracurricular talk short. But we do want to give him the proper introduction. I'm not going to say any names. I'll just let you watch. But first, before we get into that, let me introduce the All-Star team. First up, my man who knows every single stat from every single team since the 80s and 90s, basketball and football, my man JB.
So you took me in and took me out? 1 foot in, 1 foot out?
I don't know, man. I'm on this old computer that has a mind of its own, so.
Oh, well,
sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yep, but let's keep it going, man. Moore's Beer. Shout out to Moore's Radio Standards. Yeah. So let's keep it going with my man who probably has the foulest mouth in the city. Foul mouth C.
What up, fellas?
What up, man? Were you just on the phone or something?
Yeah, man, I had to talk to my agent, you know.
What your agent?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I wonder what that conversation was like.
Man, he want my type of money, T. He can't get it, though.
You not give me no work?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Because you cursed too damn much.
He said I'm not as talented as he thought.
Damn.
So, we're going to get our man in here that had his Harold's chicken for the first time, which we will talk about later on in the podcast. And he has that Hawk talk, but we ain't talking about no damn Black Hawks tonight. My man Frank the Tank.
Yeah, that fucking Harold's chicken, man. I'm still working on that. I took home buckets.
You had them big two big buckets.
They still taste good.
Hey,
still
Frank,
taste better than KFC.
Is that Remy?
Yeah, that was good too. Even with the serum, they were real. Oh, how's everyone doing?
Good, man. Excited, man. Let's get this ball
JB, I
rolling.
hear that, JB. T, I can clearly tell you got the wrong computer, man.
Yeah, man, this computer sucks. I hate the picture on it. It's like I can touch. When I touch something, it comes on. So, like, if my hand is on the mouse pad, then it just comes up. Or in that case, JB, it just cuts you off.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Smooth
I think
cut me up
that's what it does.
Even if you have just like the regular mouse too, not even just using the laptop, it does it with the regular mouse.
I don't have a regular mouse.
You don't have one laying around the house?
Man, come on, man. This is 2023. Why the fuck
I
am
have
I
like 13 of them, dude. You want me to?
I have the touchpad on my computer.
I got that too, but the mouse still works way better.
Anyway,
I just want to let y'all know for the record, y'all cursing more than I am right now. So go ahead.
Wow.
Well, before we get to our guest, we do want to give him the proper welcome. And like I said, I'm not going to say any names. You'll see for yourself.
And that computer, dude. You want me to play it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I got it.
Well, that's who it is. So.
What happened? Okay, let me try this again, man.
Fucking love it.
Love it.
Love it.
Without further ado,
bring them in.
I tell you with this shit on mute.
From this point on, man, you gotta run the board because
I got you. You're cut off, dude. I got the board tonight. This 1980s laptop you got, the shit ain't working. Mr. Brown, how you doing, sir?
What's up, baby? I'm good, man. Hey, that guy, man, I made some. You know what? I was kind of skeptical at first. I was like, damn, I ain't make but one play.
It was a nice play, though, right?
And it was on a loop.
Looping that shit. Yeah. So, but nah, that's first of all, I like that video. If somehow, like, I can get that video, that'd be great. You know what I mean?
I like that.
If you want, we can put it on Twitter and we'll tag you in it, so then you can just take it from there.
Heck yeah, perfect. Definitely. That's awesome.
I just want to say the ending of that video with all those pictures, those were sent by people, by fans.
Really? Wow.
That was sent to us by you. I wish we would have thought about it earlier so we can do it, get a little bit more pictures. That was only a couple days worth of asking people.
Yeah.
But all of those were from fans.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man. That's what I love about Chicago, man. I now live in Atlanta, about 30 minutes north of Atlanta now, but gosh, when I go back to Chicago, man, the love that I get from Chicago fans is unbelievable. A kid from a little bitty town in called White Springs, Florida, and people in Chicago is like, hey, B, what's up? And I'm like, oh, what's up? It's super cool. I like it, man.
Man, you definitely got a lot of love here, AB, man. Glad to have you on. Glad to talk with you. So jump right in it for those that didn't know before. You had an interesting journey coming in. We're going to talk about that real quick. Florida to the pros and everything. A lot of people don't know you used to be a quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want to jump in. Give us that little monologue real quick.
You just eat those freaking quarterbacks.
So in high school, I played quarterback. We ran a veer, and it was basically, I went to a little bitty high school, and we put the best athlete at quarterback. That's what you do, So we did that, and that was the first time we made the playoffs in 18 years. And truth be told, everybody has their rivalry, right? In high school, you got that rivalry team. So my mom graduated in 78, 79, and we beat them then. And then we beat them again my senior year, 97. Okay?
Okay.
Because we ain't beat them since. Listen, it's only a rivalry to us.
Right. One-sided.
Since 97. It's crazy. So, but I still hang that in my cap for my brothers because we all played high school and they never beat Live Oak, Suwannee County. They never beat them. And my senior year, we were able to beat them. So, but yeah, that was me playing quarterback, man. It was crazy. Auburn actually was the only college that wanted me to come and play quarterback. And the reason I didn't do it was because there were no black quarterbacks in the NFL. Well, there were very few, I would say that. And I just didn't think that my goal was to get to the NFL. I don't give a damn how I got there. I just wanted to get there, So playing defense, also coming out, I was the number one linebacker in the country my senior year, so I could play defense. So it was just, hey, let's do it. I'll just go to defense and not have to worry about that other side and all the things that may come with it. You know what I mean?
The politicalness, the scrutiny of black quarterbacks. And then, like you said, Auburn too.
Yes, correct. Yeah, it was different. Man. Yeah. Yep.
Well, you mind me asking, what was your size in high school?
Oh, high school, I was 6'3", 218.
That's a big-ass quarterback.
Yeah, 6'3", 218. I was a linebacker, too, so I had a neck collar, so I had the neck roll, and I'm getting up under the center. My center weighed 210. I was bigger than my center. It was crazy. Yeah, we weren't a very good high school, man. We weren't very good. I had one winning season. That was my senior year. But I could play and I tried hard and I just got lucky. I grew into a body that could actually handle it. And somebody saw me that told a friend, Back then it was a little different, it's not like now where you go for a weekend and you have a good weekend and now you get out and you got a whole bunch of scholarship offers. Back then, if you got 6 people, you got to have a good game so this one guy sees you and then he'll tell his friend. Then you got to have another good game so he'll tell his friend that tell his friend that tell his friend that has the friend at UF. You know what I mean?
Right.
So in any of those 6 games, you have a bad game. Well, now JB's not going to tell C because he nah, he ain't that good. You know what I mean? Right, so you got to have a good game every single week. And that was the stressful part. My pops would tell us, if you're good enough, they'll come. Just like that. Well, how good is that? I don't know. Okay, well, let's just be as good as we can, And when you start to see people you don't know, we're a small town. So when I see somebody I don't know, you're like, whoa, who's that guy? That's got to be a college.
You're here for a reason.
Yeah. So it started to get exciting, man. It was fun. It was fun when those guys used to come around and you see Coach Bowden at the game. Bobby Bowden, that is. You see Coach Spurrier. You see Tom Osborne come to the game, and they had just won 2 national titles, right? So they're coming out to my little high school. We had 120 people in my graduating class, it's just we're a little bitty place, and to have these big time people at my high school, it was unbelievable. Like we had never seen anything like that. So it was pretty cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And they came to see you.
That's for sure. Yes.
So how was it adapting coming from Florida and then coming to the Chicago Bears as far as weather-wise? Like you said, you came from a little small town. Now you're in a big city. How was that? Yeah. How was adjusting to that?
This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I ain't think I could make it. I told this story earlier this week about this right here had to do with football, but my first rookie card that's out with me in the Bears uniform. I got these long blue sleeves on because it's April. I get off the plane back then, so we'd have a mini camp. I don't know if they do it now, but we have that mini camp a week after you get drafted, right? Oh my God, it was snowing. I'm like, wait a minute. It's in April. Like, what is happening right now? It is snowing up here, and I didn't know what to do. Like, I saw snow once. I flew to Hartford, Connecticut my sophomore year in college. That was the first time I'd ever seen snow. Mm-hmm. So, and now I'm trying to adjust to that cold. I'm not even warm. We're halfway through the practice, and I'm not even warmed up. I'm like, my hamstrings just ain't ready. Man, they're going to cut me. I don't know what's going on. Like, it was bad, man. It was bad. And then you get guys like, so Urlacher at this Hartford thing my sophomore year, that's where I first met Urlacher, right? So I first met him there, and he hates that I tell this story, and I tell it where he's the bad guy, but he really wasn't. I was actually the guy, because I'm 19 years old. I made this All-American team as a sophomore. He's a senior, and we're sitting at this table, and his agent runner come by, and he's like this. I'm sitting at the table, Lack sitting beside me. He's like this. Look, watch me. He's like, hey, if y'all need anything, y'all let me know. I said, well, you can give me some money like that. Urlacher jabs me in the ribs, and I'm like, whoa. So you can't take money. I'm like, okay, nah, we're good. And that right there was our introduction to each other. And he's still one of my better friends this day. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, gosh, he was always like that dude, like on and off the field. He was always that leader, right? And so I went there, I saw the snow and getting to Chicago, and now I got this guy that I thought was my dog. Like, this is the only person I really know there, Philip Daniels. We're in the same fraternity. So I was like, but y'all won't let me wear sleeves? Like, nah, I can't wear sleeves because it's cold out here. Like, nah, can't do it.
I remember you telling this story on one of the late night shows for the.
It was brutal. It was brutal, man. So, but you adjust to it. And then when you're good and you start smacking people in the face, then like, it don't matter. You're looking at Michael Vick like, yeah, y'all got a good team, but y'all up in the wrong time. It's 2 degrees out here. I know y'all ain't comfortable coming from Atlanta. So that's why they call it Hot Atlanta. It's hot down here, you know? So yeah, he wasn't.
How do you feel about these players now who are talking about it being too cold up in Chicago? I mean, they need to put a dome up here. And I'm not naming one person. Don't worry. A lot of people.
That's the only person I heard say it. That's the only person I heard say it. Now, for him, I mean, for a quarterback, I can understand it a little bit because it affects how they do their job, right? Because the ball it's affected by the weather. But it's Chicago, man. Like, he played at Ohio State. If he was a quarterback at Hawaii, then I would question the Bears for drafting him. Like, you have to take this stuff into consideration when you're drafting a guy. Like, does he have big enough hands? Like, when it gets cold, can he still hold that football? And I think that was a big part of why Rex not the cold, but like, it all plays a little part, you know? It all plays a part. And then when the ball's cold and feels like a brick, you can't really hold it because you got little hands. Like, it's different. So I think Justin's a hell of a player, hell of an athlete. I mean, he just don't worry about the dough. But like, the people of Chicago, correct me if I'm wrong, they enjoy this. They enjoy that grind, that cold. They want you to go out and punch somebody in the face. It's just a tough ass town. That's how I see it. I mean, I'm a Florida boy, so I know I was adopted to Chicago, and I love it. But it's a tough ass town, man. It ain't tough. You got to get on.
That negative degree weather never kept fans out from filling that stadium, man. They
drinking and everything. Yes.
And it's called Bear weather for that reason.
Yeah,
correct.
I think he'll get a full understanding once they get to doing some serious winning.
Correct.
He'll really be able to embrace this city and see how crazy this city can go once they start doing some winning.
Ain't nothing like it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, what do you think our Bears should do? I know you've been watching and hearing the Mike Tannenbaums and them talking about.
Oh yeah,
I love it that they talking about traders. Yeah, traders.
I think that is a great that they're talking about this because it just makes that number 1 pick that much more valuable.
So wait, let's segue real quick. Let's show AB exactly what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, let me hit that. I forgot I'm in charge of it now.
Yeah, Terrence somewhere.
I think for the totality of the situation, the Bears are better off with Young and trading Fields.
Bullshit.
I tell you what. It's just how you want to go about it. And I'm going to say this right here because I think there's another team in the NFL that's in the situation that we're going to be in 2 years. And you tell me, in 2 years, are you going to pay Justin Fields $200+ million, knowing that he's a running quarterback and they tend to get hurt more often than a pocket quarterback? Now, the Baltimore Ravens are sitting in that position right now, and they don't want to give Lamar Jackson $200 million because he runs a lot and because he puts himself into harm's way, right? So I can understand wanting that pocket quarterback. And people talk about, well, you got to get offensive line right. You got to get them better. I played at the New Orleans Saints, okay? And when I was down there, I saw a guy by the name of Drew Brees. Mm-hmm. And Jamon Bushrod was his left tackle. Jamon Bushrod made the Pro Bowl 2 years in a row with Drew Brees. He came up here in Chicago. People thought it was a bump.
Right.
It's not a bump. Mm-hmm. It's your quarterback's holding on to the ball for 6-7 seconds. Mm-hmm. When the quarterback throws the ball on time, when he knows where he's going to go, it helps that offensive line. It makes them look better truly than what they are. Okay? So if I can get a quarterback, now Justin, we know Justin holds the ball way too long sometimes. Now, does that have something to do with the receivers not getting open? Sure. Absolutely it does. But he holds on to the ball a lot, which puts a lot of pressure on that offensive line, more pressure than I think they deserve, right? So I can understand both sides. I think the question is, what can I get for that number one pick? And can I build a stronger team by trading that number one pick down to 4 maybe, or even down to 2 and then down to 4 and then down to 7 where the Raiders are
right there.
And then I make my pick. Hell, I'll take the left tackle from Northwestern. I'm good.
Yeah.
And then I get all those picks after that, right? I can take that. Or the kid from Clemson, Miles Murphy, who is a hell of a pass rusher. Big, fast, strong kid that can rush the quarterback. I'll settle for any one of them. But am I going to get that? Can I get that? With Justin Fields, absolutely. I'm taking that scenario. But if nobody wants to trade and I have to make a pick, I'm not taking Jalen Carter. I'm in Georgia. I'm watching Jalen Carter, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm watching him. Jalen Carter, he is not the same guy.
Same boat with
we on the same page.
Not the same guy, man.
Not that dude.
I don't think he's that dude. I think he is a big, strong, fast joker. I don't think he is the player. Like, he is not a football. I go to Lance Briggs. I talk about Lance Briggs so much. If you just look at what he looks like and his time and his height and his weight, you'd be like, nah, I'm good. Put that ball on a football field and he show out. I think Carter is the opposite. I think you look at him, you're like, ain't no way. There's no way he can fail. But then he played against Ohio State and he is non-existent. Then he played the national championship and he is non-existent. He don't make a play.
And it's funny that you say that too, because I'm really big at work type related with building like spreadsheets and pivot tables. And I built one on Jalen Carter. He is non-existent versus top 25 teams. He has been like that his entire college career. And I know 3 technique, you don't have to get the tackles. It's about being a wrecker and everything like that. Yep. But I see him looking up at the sky and way more than I see him getting to the ball.
I tell you what, this defense right here. I played in this defense that Eberflus that he's trying to implement with the Bears. When Lovie Smith got here, first thing he did, his first 2 picks, Tommy Harris, and when he got Tank Johnson.
Yep.
Both of them ran under 4.7. They were fast. They were strong. They were big. Like, they fit the position. This is just a big kid. This is a big, strong kid. He'll probably, in that defense, end up playing nose. And everybody talks about Davis. Like, you saw where Davis went last year. I don't think Jalen Carter's as good as Davis.
Nah.
No. So yeah, I don't see he's well, let me say this. I think they're in love, like you said, with the look and the mystique. Kind of like back in the day when you'd see a guy in walking through looking like the Hulk, and then next thing you know, he's a bust.
Yep.
Like Tony Mandrich type guy, right?
Correct.
So then but it also makes me think too. Now, AB, we love defense here in Chicago. we want that pick to be defensive oriented, whether it's one pick or two picks later on. But when we hear things like maybe they trade Justin for another pick and draft Bryce Young. Well, I'm looking at Bryce Young like, man, he about this big. So if we complaining about Justin struggling behind this offensive line, what's a dude that's listed at 6 foot 190? What's he really gonna do?
Well, he gets rid of the ball faster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He knows where he's going with the ball before the ball snaps. Like if you can understand what the defense is trying to do to you, then you already know. You already know where I'm going. It's just a matter of just the offensive line holding up just enough, right? Mm-hmm. That's it. Drew Brees was that small. I mean, listen, I'm gonna stay on Bryce Young. Bryce Young has always been that small. Yeah. He's made it this far. You know what I mean? Like he's made it this far. Like the receiver that the Eagles have. Not A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Everybody talks about how small he is. This kid is destroying. Like he is doing his thing in the league. He's always been skinny. He's always been that. So, I mean, would I like for him to be bigger? Sure. I'd like for him to be 6'4" and like 230 pounds, but I want a playmaker because what we have now, we have a really big, fast athlete. But can he play the quarterback position? That's the question. Can he play the quarterback position?
He can, because at Ohio State he did.
Yes, but see, okay, now this is where it gets a little sticky for me. Mm-hmm. We say as fans, yeah, I think he can. Listen, the Chicago Bears picked not long ago. They passed on Patrick Mahomes. Okay, you didn't get him.
You don't like
now. You're telling me that there's another guy that could be special. And we're going to pass on him too? For a guy that we're like, you know what, I think he can be. I mean, would you bet your job? Because that's exactly what Ryan Poles is doing. If he doesn't draft this kid and this kid goes on and in 2 years or 3 years, he is playing higher than Fields, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's not here. Like you got
Devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Poles does make the deal. We get Bryce Young. He's less than stellar. He's Zach Wilson-esque, right? But Justin goes somewhere, takes off. He's in the same boat then, right?
I don't think so, because I think if the player's better, if we're in the same situation and Andrew Luck is there, would you draft Andrew Luck? See, the fact that that's a question, right, the fact that you're thinking about it, I'm like, what? Hell yeah, you draft Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck was special. We
knew that in college coming out right now. I don't feel that way about Bryce Young right away, though.
You don't think Bryce Young is what Bryce Young did to this historic defense that Georgia had? He put up 40. What people forget is they think about the national championship and they're like, oh, he lost to Georgia national championship. Well, he also lost his 2 first-round receivers, so the guys that he was throwing to was dropping the ball. But when he had both of them, he beat that Georgia team by 40 points. Yeah. Bryce Young is special. Now, would we have to build a team around him? Sure. But if we're looking at, is Justin Fields special? Me saying Bryce Young is special doesn't take away from me thinking Justin Fields can be special.
Yeah.
I think they both can be in a different way. It still hangs over your head. If Justin is special, are you going to pay him $250 million, knowing that this running thing ain't going to last? Michael Vick, the NFL broke his leg. It's not going to last. You cannot run in this NFL very long.
So, AB, let me ask you this: you think you think Justin is a running quarterback
right now? Yes.
I mean, threw for 2,300 yards in the NFL, and he played 16 games.
2 games, right? 2 games.
So
game and a half. He missed a game and a half.
Mostly because his offensive line was terrible, so he had to run for his life.
And then at the same time, he only threw 18 times a game, average for the year.
I think play calling was bad too.
I actually did. We all think Justin Fields is a better quarterback than Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh yeah.
True.
But I tell you what, you tell me, did he throw for more yards than Mitchell Trubisky?
Not yet.
No, he hasn't. So so what tells me that he can be a NFL like the NFL is totally different. Did I see him do it in college? Sure, I did. I also saw Tim Tebow do it in college.
Yeah.
Very true.
You know what I mean? So until you do it in the NFL, I don't believe you can do it in the NFL. Now you as a GM, that clock is ticking. that first pick is coming, and you're gonna have to make a decision on your job. You're gonna have to make a decision on how this football team's gonna be. And if Justin Fields, and this is forward thinking, if he is that guy, are you gonna pay him $250 million in 2 years? Are you gonna do it? If Bryce Young is that guy, are you gonna pay him $250? I don't think there's any doubt you'll pay Bryce Young that money if he is that guy. There is a question mark if Justin Fields is that guy because he runs a lot. His big plays is run plays.
Yeah.
He had one throw down the field to Velus Jones this year. Remember that long throw he had? Like what else? What else? Like, did he really have? And we like to say put on receivers. True. You give him a couple good receivers, he's still got to make the throws. When he was at Ohio State, he had 3 receivers: Wilson, Olave, and
Jackson Smith and Jimbo.
Yeah, the kid that's coming out now. He had all three of them. All the 2 guys are like balling out of control in the league, and they're playing against Indiana, Purdue, and yeah, they're gonna be wide open, and he's making the throws. They ain't gonna be this wide open. I don't care who you got. They ain't gonna be this wide open.
And I mean, so AB, you did say a magical name on this show that we got to introduce you to something with.
Hi, I'm David Jones.
Yeah.
That's our Velus Jones.
I love it. Velus, yes. That kid, boy. And I say that kid, that boy, a grown man.
Right, 27.
And I know, and I agree 100% with what you're saying. The only thing I think of is if you did say have Trey Young in this quarterback position that we had this season,
Bryce,
right, not Trey Young, Bryce Young.
Oh, sorry, my fault. I'm thinking basketball. No, my bad. Bryce Young. If Bryce Young was your quarterback instead of Justin Fields this year, do we think we would have been more successful? Because I don't know if Bryce Young would have lasted past week 5 or 6 because of his size.
Well, see, when you say that, you're assuming he takes all the hits that Justin took. Yes. See, I think Justin not being able to not making quicker decisions, I think that's why he took some of those hits. Yeah. I don't think it's all the offensive line. I don't. I think if you make good decisions, the quarterback can cover up a lot. And I'm not calling Bryce Young Peyton Manning by any stretch of the imagination. But Peyton Manning had that neck injury. They had a number 1 pick. They drafted Andrew Luck. Okay, like a really good quarterback can cover up a lot of those issues. Justin didn't cover up those issues, any of them. Listen, we think we have 10, 12 holes in 22 positions. You know, like damn, like our quarterback has to cover up some of that stuff. And with Bryce Young, people can say what they want. I hear it down south. I hear it all the time. Alabama ain't going nowhere. Like Alabama was still in the mix the whole year. Bryce Young had coming out of college, the pressure on this kid being the first kid to get that $1 million NIL deal, and then the pressure to live up to that. I think he exceeded that.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on. Like I don't know if he's going to do it in the league, but if I am the GM of the Chicago Bears and I have to make that decision, it is a real decision. It's not just I'm going to keep Justin Fields. I need to go down here and talk to Bryce Young. I need to watch him in his drills. I need to make sure that I'm totally convinced because no, I'm not sold on Justin. I think he's a hell of an athlete, but
not a hell of a
can he win me a Super Bowl?
I mean,
that's what I want to know.
This is why I look at it. Actually, I've seen Justin Fields play high school. I've seen him play college. I expect him to steadily improve when he's what he's doing in the NFL. I think he's going to get better as the years go on. Mm-hmm. My coach always told me, he said, you can't teach God-given ability. You can teach a person how to throw a ball. You can teach a person how to read a defense. You can't teach God-given ability. When I sit up there and when that draft came out, what was that, 2 years ago? Mm-hmm. I had him as the best QB. I know everybody liked the Goldilocks, Sunshine, Trevor Lawrence. You know, I just thought Justin had something about him. I still think that Justin has something about him. One thing that he's proven that he's been a winner on every single level. He's gone and went through adversity on every single level. The kid, we got to also remember, he's gone and played in 2 different offenses in 2 years. Mm-hmm. Hasn't really had no wide receivers. Running game has been pretty good. The play calling offensively has been terrible.
Yep.
2 years in a row.
Yep.
You know, they got a bunch of guys that's first year play callers on offense and defense. Actually, I think they started calling terrible plays so they can tank to get that number 1 pick. Because some of the shit they was calling made no fucking sense on guys. I said, what the fuck is this shit?
When you say that, though, that means at some point, did it make sense? Because I ain't think it makes sense all year. So I don't think they turned.
I thought it was fine at one point, but then I was like, God damn, you throwing screens on third down and forever?
On the last drive of the game of a 1-point score, you don't have any of your good receivers in the game.
Yeah, and then on top of it, a guy that you traded for, that you gave this coveted second-round pick.
Yep.
He was in majority of goddamn running plays. All you saw his big ass was doing was out there blocking.
Yeah.
Claypool, yeah.
Yep. I want to ask you something, C. What's different about what you just said? Because you brought him up. What's different about the kid down in Goldilocks? What's different about his situation than Justin Fields? He's on his second coach. He looked a hell of a lot better than Justin Fields.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
I got the answer to that. That's easy.
Got some fucking money.
No, Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
Doug Peterson?
I don't know if I could say Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson is a good coach, but a good coach doesn't like. You remember how bad Trevor Lawrence looked last year. He looked so bad. The talent was there. The talent has always been there.
Yeah.
It's just this kid, Jacksonville. I'm not the only one that thought that was like, damn, are they gonna go up here and beat KC?
I thought that at times.
You know what I'm saying? Like they were playing ball. Like what? Who would like right now at this very moment? See, you'd want Justin Fields over Trevor Lawrence? He just led them one game away from the AFC Championship. Oh, was that the AFC? No, that wasn't the AFC Championship. One game.
Second round.
Yeah, like you'd want Justin Fields over him? I wouldn't. I don't know not at this point. No.
I always said I still feel Justin Fields was the second best quarterback coming out of that draft.
Like,
I still didn't think he was better.
Man, because like, and if so, see, isn't that more hope? Because you haven't seen it at the level. You haven't seen it at this level. I've seen Trevor Lawrence play at a high level and get a really a mediocre Jacksonville Jaguars team to within. I'm thinking they're gonna beat Kansas City.
Well, I got to give you credit on that.
Well, let's also say,
before we even get to that, guys, I'm going to bring in somebody else.
For sure,
somebody else. He's biting his nails down there. He really wants to get on an ass. He was the one who made that highlight video, AB.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Right? And he has his own show on Thursday night on our network called Easy Does It.
That's what's up.
Since Terrence and his 1950s.
It's good, AB, original AB. How's it going, man? Welcome.
What's up, baby?
Hope you like your highlight tape. That was fun to make.
Loved it.
Good. I'm glad. So I guess oh man, Teenix only giving me one question, so I got to make it count.
Okay.
So I've watched a lot of football after show. I love the way you have your banter with Coach and Kaplan and of course Lance Briggs. It's very funny to me. I remember one specific thing that you said again after the Houston game this year, where you were talking kind of about like the beauty of football and how it's about like, one group of men and another group of men and just being able to move them against their will.
Correct.
Like, even when the other guys know it's coming.
Correct.
And I just kind of wonder, can you speak a little more to that and a little bit more to is that something you think lends itself to the Bears offense with Justin Fields if Fields is able to progress like that? Because to me, just watching that Eagles Super Bowl, I know the Eagles ended up losing the game, but it's like they were really moving the ball at will like that. And I just think that could be a huge part of their game with a guy as tough as Justin. So I'd love to take him.
So I think so the quote is moving a man that don't want to be moved, right? So you're moving a man against his will. Like, I don't want to be moved. Well, you gonna move. Like that type of, oh yeah, you gonna move. I don't give a damn what you say. You getting out of here. And that's that right there. That's when we had Thomas Jones and we got Cedric Benson, and we're like, hey, B-gap right here. Hut, and they run the ball right there. We don't care if you know it. You can't stop it. You know, that type of attitude. I think that attitude is built during training camp. Training camps these days ain't like the training camp back what we had. We had, you're actually sore. You actually have to get in the cold tub because it is necessary. These boys now, man, they practice 3 days. They got to have a day off. What? A day off?
Every sport now.
Have it easy.
Man, load management.
Load management. Yes, that's crazy. But your question about the Eagles, I think it is great. It is a great comparison. You take Justin Fields, you can't do it. But take Justin. Actually, the Eagles probably could do it. Just take Justin Fields and put him in that offense.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I don't think they lose a game next year.
Right?
Because he is way more closer. But what you're asking is, we're talking about guys that Andy Reid drafted that are still on that team.
Very true.
It took a while to build that football team. Okay,
he built the franchise really. Like he built a great franchise that wins year after year. Yeah,
like the big time players on that team. You got a Heisman Trophy winning receiver. You gave up a first round receiver or a first round pick to get AJ Brown to come in there, right? So it took year over year over year to get it. I don't think everybody in Chicago or even the NFL, that for that matter, is willing to wait. The Cubs, who was the guy for the Cubs, the manager that came in for the Epstein?
Oh, the GM/president, Theo Epstein.
Theo Epstein. Theo Epstein came in. First thing he said was, hey, we're going to lose. We're going to suck for 4 years. We're going to win it all. Can't do that in the NFL. You can't do it. You come in as a coach, you suck for 2 years, they'll get you up out of there.
Yeah.
You have to win. Like, it's just, let Eberflus have another year like this.
That's
okay.
It's going to be different next year.
I want to touch on that, AB. I want to circle back because I want Easy to finish because, we still talking about that offensive line. Look at the offensive line Philly has with Jordan Mailata, however you say his name, and Lane Johnson and stuff. Kelsey. I just feel Jason Kelsey.
I'd love to see Kelsey here next year.
If we could get a better line, because we saw 2 Super Bowls ago, we saw what Baby Goat looked like without 3 of his starting linemen.
Yes.
And he looked really, really bad.
Yes. Correct.
So I gotta still say, if Ryan Poles doesn't build that line, you say the line is not that bad, and then I think of Mustafa, and I'm like, you would have had 10 sacks in one game.
I don't think I didn't say that. I said that it's not all their fault.
No, it's not. The line
could look better. I think the line could look a lot better if you had a quarterback that got the ball out on time. That's what I think. If you had a quarterback that wouldn't hold the ball, that isn't waiting for the guy to run the curl route and turn around and then he throw it. It's like the anticipation has to come. And I don't see that with Jay Fields. And I love Jay Fields, okay? I absolutely love him. I hope we keep him and build around him.
100%.
It is very hard. And as a GM, that's probably what I would be leaning to, because I know what I have. Answer that question 2 years from now. If he is that dude, how do I pay him $250 million knowing that the next play he could be done? And that's for all players.
I mean, we're looking at Lamar Jackson right now. We're looking at Lamar Jackson right now.
Lamar Jackson. And if we're gonna do it, let's do it. Let's go all in and build this team around Justin Fields. You can't have Justin Fields as a starting quarterback, then have Trevor Siemian as the backup.
Right, you can't halfway do it.
They're not the same.
You can't halfway do it. Yeah.
Correct. You're halfway doing it right now. That's what that is. You got to go all in on this.
Yeah, there's a comment that just came in I wanted to show you too, because I agree with what he's saying, Jeremy. And he's saying Justin Fields might release the ball sooner if he has better wide receivers, because I do feel like the wide receivers just aren't getting off of the ball as quick as you see some of these other stud receivers do. At least when we're showing like end zone views, when we're on those.
Some of the routes they're not allowed to sit
routes
up.
Too, yeah.
How many times did you see him throw a slant?
13 times. 13 times all season.
Right.
I checked it.
He got the number.
13 times.
Frank,
all season.
I got you right here, Frank. Justin Fields, Jalen Hurts, and Lamar Jackson. As a defense, how do you stop guys like that? You bring a guy down in the box. You bring another guy in the box, which leaves man-on-man coverage. Okay? That's what that leaves. It leaves man-on-man coverage because they're trying to stop. None of these guys I named, maybe Lamar Jackson in his heyday, is more electric than Justin Fields. Justin Fields is crazy. When they bring him down in the box and now they're one-on-one, if you can't make throws against one-on-one, against man coverage, you're not an NFL quarterback. You're not. You can be an NFL athlete playing quarterback, but you're not an NFL quarterback. You can't make these plays.
Wasn't that Josh Allen's problem, though? His first 2 years?
Josh Allen the first 2 years, yeah.
Josh Allen, they went and got Diggs. But hold on. But now, so they went and got Diggs. Now Diggs catches for 1,200 yards, but Josh Allen throws for 4,600. Like who else is catching it? Like he always had players around him. It's just it opens up a little bit. Josh Allen has gotten a lot better than he was his first couple of years too.
Yes,
he is light years better than what he was. Can Justin make that leap? And this is betting your job, not on a hunch or like, oh well, I was wrong. No. If you're wrong, you're moving. You moving to Seattle because now you're not the head coach of the Bears. You're the defensive coordinator of Seattle now.
Yes, Justin can do it. Not with Luke Getsy as his offensive coordinator.
I think it's still too soon to say that, though.
You want another?
How soon? Why?
You want another one? And then you're going to give him another year? Listen,
let me put this disclaimer out here.
If you
JB didn't want Luke Getsy. He didn't want Ryan Poles. He didn't want Matt Eberflus. So if it was up to JB, all the ass would be gone right now.
Listen,
all of them be gone right now.
JB, you give him another OC. JB, give him another OC. You're going to have to.
I got to fill my
we knew that, but my thing was like a question was asked to me last week, and a person brought up a very compelling argument.
Mm-hmm.
Trajectory-wise, because really we only got 2 years to evaluate Justin before he gets paid. The question was, does this regime make it to Arlington? And I had to think about it like, damn, I actually don't think they do. I think Poles might, but I don't think Eberflus and Getsy make it to. Hell, they already talking about getting rid of the defensive coordinator next year anyway.
If Luke, let's say if Getsy, here's a really good question because I saw it happen down in Tampa. What if Justin takes off and he is in that top three in MVP race?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna make Luke Getsy the head coach, or are you gonna get him another OC because Luke Getsy
will be a head coach somewhere else?
He's gonna get a head coaching job. So are you gonna do what Tampa did with Jameis Winston and take his OC, kick Lovey out the door, and make him the head coach, or are you gonna kick Eberflus out and make Luke Getsy the head coach, or are you gonna make Justin Fields have to learn a whole new system? That is a great question. When we want Justin to be so well or do so good, when he does well, we're gonna lose somebody.
But that's a great question. I don't know the answer to that as far as trajectory. And the reason I say trajectory is because, like Tom Brady threw for 5,000 yards and all this other stuff, and they got rid of Byron Leftwich. They like, bye, you got to go. They fired him. But then I look at somebody like Eric Bieniemy, who's a part of something that Patrick Mahomes does, and he can't sniff a head coaching job. Now that might be because of something else.
No, well, both of them that you named, we know it's because of something else.
Well,
they both won Super Bowls. What do you mean? They both won Super Bowls. They both were like, no, we know exactly what that's about. The Eagles, I didn't. I'm not gonna speak for y'all. I ain't know who the hell the OC and the DC was at Philly.
I didn't either.
This year, I didn't know until they got to the Super Bowl. I had no idea who they were, and now they got head coaching jobs.
Yeah, that's
I know Eric Bieniemy. Well, I've known Eric Bieniemy since Colorado, but coaching wise, he's been that dude over there. Andy Reid wasn't calling all the damn plays when Matt Nagy was trying to get a head coaching job.
No.
Matt Nagy. He calling all the plays. Now all of a sudden Andy Reid calling all the plays.
Right.
Well, didn't Andy Reid take it away from Matt Nagy in the playoff game?
He let him do it for 5 games.
It didn't hurt him. Matt Nagy still got a head coaching job.
Right. Yeah. And we
still got a head coaching job. But I know we know what happened. But allow my guy, allow Eric Bieniemy to fail. Then allow him to fail. Like, what are we doing here? Like I think that is absolutely insane.
It is, and I tie that back into success not warranted to yourself, because did Luke Getsy really help Aaron Rodgers? Hell no.
Aaron Rodgers did his own shit.
Aaron Rodgers probably told Getsy, "Hey man, sit back and enjoy the ride."
Yep.
He said, "Rub my feet and tie my shoelace."
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we giving these people, and I'm not saying a person doesn't deserve a shot, but when you see some of the stuff I saw, and then you look at Justin last year under Nagy, who I believe was #1 in deep throw accuracy. Then you look at him this year, and it's like he had more screen passes taking the deep shots. It's like, wait a minute. You look at the connection him and Mooney had. You have a 6'5" tank in N'Keal Harry, and then you have another 6'5" tank, 6'4" tank in Claypool. Man coverage, like you said, don't take enough shots. That's play, in my opinion, that's play calling or lack thereof confidence and knowledge of when to call certain plays.
Or confidence. And I think Justin Fields is very competent. I think he can grasp offensive playbook. But during the week, if you don't show me that you can run these plays, I'm not going to get out on Sunday and call them. I'm going to call what you show me that you can run during the week. That's what I'm going to do. Now, if the offense can't run these plays because of time that the offensive line can't give them, or the receivers can't run the right routes, or we don't have talent, like crazy talented receiver. We don't have a #1. We understand that. I think we have a #2.
2 twos.
2 twos. Mooney and Claypool.
Mooney and Claypool.
See, no. You know, Devontae Smith is better than any receiver we got.
Oh, he's a 1A.
He's not a 1.
Like
AJ Brown is a 1.
He's a 1A to me.
Come on. AJ Brown, DeKaleb Metcalf. These are 1s. Like, I'm talking about a true 1. Let's not everybody can't be a 1.
Well, that's why I said 1 and 1A.
Antonio Brown, when he was Pittsburgh, Antonio Brown was a 1. Like that dude. That we don't have a 2. No. A 2 is when Juju Smith was playing at his best. That's a 2. He ain't that dude.
You're saying we got like
Jalen Waddle. That's a 1 and a 2.
Yes, I think that's a 1 and a 2. It's clear that I'm talking about a 1 is upper echelon in the league, not a 1 on your team. A 1 in the league. You could go to 32 teams and you're a 1. Like, then we use 1A and 1B.
Right. Okay.
Devontae Adams can't go to any team. I'm sorry, not Devontae Adams. Devontae Smith, if he goes to the Raiders, he's a 2 because Devontae Adams out there.
True.
He's not a 1A. No, a 1B. He's not. Like you.
I mean, it's a little too early too. The kid only in his second year.
Hold on. There's a kid in Cincinnati's in his second year.
Chase.
Yeah. I mean, well, this is the thing. They also had. He was really the guy. You know what I'm saying? When
Chase came in,
when Chase got there, everybody else, because I think T. Higgins was drafted before him, right?
T. Higgins and Boyd was there.
I mean,
Boyd thought he was the one.
He easily took that over. I mean, T. Higgins didn't really do nothing in the league.
Tell me what
AJ Brown. That's more established. So of course he's gonna be a 2 to AJ Brown. AJ Brown been in the league 3, 4, 5 years already.
If AJ Brown goes to Cincinnati, what is he?
A 2.
He's gonna probably be another 2.
Thank you. Shit. To that second year receiver.
Yeah, to that guy. Yeah. I mean, you got some guys that's exceptional. You know what I'm saying? You got some guys.
The ones are.
Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson is doing. You don't see that too often. Those
Did
are rare occurrences.
Did you see the other receiver up at Minnesota?
Jefferson.
Yeah.
No, the other one.
Adam Thielen?
We don't forgot? Adam Thielen. We don't forgot about it. He had slipped my mind.
Adam Thielen's getting cut.
Thielen was like killing it for 2 or 3. Justin Jefferson got there. Like, it wasn't even a question. Like, hey, it ain't even close.
Well,
like a true 1 shows out.
Actually, I think Thielen started because I think Diggs took over Thielen after a while. Shit,
He
Thielen,
did.
it
Diggs
seemed
took
like
over
when he was on
Thielen.
top, he was
I
cool,
still
man,
think
he was
Thielen was a
every
beast.
year
when
on
Diggs was
steadily
there.
went down. So
Yes, I think Diggs is I don't think Diggs is in that one now. He can't go to 32 teams and be a one.
No, he can't.
He can't go to 32 and be a
I
one.
don't know, man.
He can go to half of them. He can go to half of them.
He can come here and be
Yeah,
a
But you hear number one,
Diggs can go over half of them spots and be a number one. Diggs is nice. We may not catch him and see him as much because he's over there in Buffalo.
He's
but
staying in Buffalo.
That guy's nice.
He is good, but we're talking about ones. I think
he's a legit number one. He's one of you can't deny that he's one of the top 10 wide receivers in the NFL.
Okay, so both can be true. I think he can be a top 10 wide receiver, but still can't go to 32 teams and be a number one. I don't care where you put Devontae Adams. Wherever he goes, he is either 1A or 1B. It doesn't matter.
Teams he's not going to be a number one.
That's because, hell, he's a top 3 wide receiver in the league. Diggs is probably a top 10. And some people may make an argument for him being in the top 5.
I mean, I'm sure the Bills Mafia would make an argument that he's top 2. Like,
if you don't, they're gonna throw snowballs at your ass.
Yeah, and then throw y'all on a table or something.
Since we're in that subject and you were talking about Adam Thielen popped up, there's a lot of receivers out there who are probably going to get cut.
Yeah, no, we're good.
I don't
want Adam Thielen.
I don't want.
Okay, if you don't want Adam Thielen, that's fine. I'm not just saying Adam.
Give me
Thielen.
Higgins.
The Chargers receiver. What's his name again? I have total brain fart.
Williams.
Keelan Allen.
I'm good.
Injury prone.
I'm good on Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, what? Keenan Allen seems like he's been in the league for 15 years, man.
Well, he's been there.
And he hurt every year.
He's injury prone, and you're going to come to Chicago where a lot of people get injury prone.
Yeah, like I don't. Nah, I don't want to spend a bunch on a receiver. Get me the kid from Ohio State, Jackson.
In Jimba.
Yeah, him.
He'd probably be what, like a second or third round pick in week?
Give me him. No, second or third. I think he's gonna go late first.
I was gonna say late first, early second.
I think he's that guy. I think he's CeeDee Lamb-ish.
The only reason he's falling is because he was hurt. He didn't play.
He's good, man.
It's going to determine what he does in the Underwear Olympics. In the Underwear Olympics, what he run that 40 times, man.
True.
We're gonna have to see.
It will. They will look at him. They will look at him. If he get out there and run routes and kiss the rock, man, like the kid can play. I hope he drop. Hell, if we get a late first, and then if we can walk away, that's the question I really have for y'all. What makes you happy on day one? Like what makes you happy? And we have 2 first-round picks. Okay,
that's what makes me happy.
Trade back. Let's say we trade back to 4. Mm-hmm. We got 2 first-round picks. A pick let's go to 7. We trade back to 7. Mm-hmm. We got 7 and let's say 15. All right. What is A+ with a 7 and a 15?
Myles Murphy at 7.
I absolutely love it.
Myles Murphy is 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want either Skoronski or Paris Johnson at left tackle if they're still available. And
y'all can keep Skoronski ass. Skoronski gonna end up getting booted inside, man.
He's not say that, but I want a lineman with some toughness, like you said. I'm gonna push me a mug. I want that guy. I want to.
I don't really see that Skoronski. I don't see that here.
But AB. It also depends on free agency because I tell you what I tell everybody on this show. Ryan Poles better be at Deron Payne's front lawn. They want a free agency like, I ain't leaving.
No doubt.
I'm not leaving.
Just like Lovey was when they got Julius Peppers, and I'm sitting at my crib like, God damn, I know they ain't finna sign him. God damn, they finna sign him to 90. If they sign him to 90, hey, babe, we might have to move. Hey, and that's exactly what happened, cuz. That's exactly what happened. When they signed him, I mean, somebody got to go.
Hey, B, but see, he's sitting up there saying, let's go at his crib and tell him, "Hey, I'm not leaving until you sign."
Correct.
Washington gonna be like, "What were you talking about? That grown ass man that didn't want to move?" Washington gonna be like, "Yeah, we gonna franchise his ass." So Washington gonna be that grown ass man that gonna move your ass that don't want to move out the fucking.
Supposedly they won't be able to sign him with Montez Sweat and Chase Young.
They can franchise him.
I'm saying they don't want to do that. Supposedly, it's all rumors.
If it gets to free agency.
Yeah,
then that means they haven't franchised him, right? So if it gets there and he is available during free agency, that means they didn't franchise him. So now, yes, I think you need that pass rusher, and I would pair that guy with Miles Murphy. I get Anderson. I get what everybody. I watched both of them. I don't see the explosion off the ball from Anderson. I don't see it. He's a good player. I don't see. Watch him again and just look just for that.
But are we basing that only off of this past season though? Because he had that explosion off of the ball the season before.
What is that knee brace he got too? I need to know what that is.
I don't know. That's a good question, actually.
If you're gonna be my top 3 pick, I need to know everything about it.
Right.
So I need to know what that knee brace. What's that? Why you still wear that? Are you not healthy? Does it make you feel comfortable? What is it? I need to know. So I don't think he gets off the ball like Dwight Freeney. I don't think he moves like that. I don't think he gets off the ball like the kid that Buffalo just got in Von Miller. I don't think he moves like that. I think Miles Murphy moves like that.
I don't think Miles Murphy moves like that. I think Miles Murphy is I think he's a big time athlete. He's a big guy.
6'5", 275.
Yeah, he got some athleticism to it. It's just something. I put it to you like this: when I look, Will Anderson jumps off the motherfucking screen for me. Miles Murphy, he jumps a little bit. He got that little twinkle right there. Like, oh, okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it,
I'm like, God damn.
See, let's do it. So I have about a minute and a half video of Miles Murphy. I want you to send me what jumps off. Because this is me now. This is my position, right? So I like to think like I know what I'm looking at, right? So I want to see it because I watch Anderson, and Anderson is a playmaker that has to translate here, that has to translate to the next level because everybody you playing is good as hell. Now I need to see watch when this is gonna be a good one. The first 10 yards, forget the 40. The first 10 yards. When we talk about explosiveness, I'm willing to bet that Miles Murphy has the faster one between him and Anderson.
He's stronger too, I feel.
That is what you look at.
I can't wait. I can't wait till they go to the underwear Olympics.
I look at Miles Murphy and I don't like to be the person who likes to compare with former players or anything, but I see J.J. Watt and Miles Murphy. That's what I see. I know it's a long shot. I'm just saying the way he moves and everything like that. Like I don't know. I
think he's a better athlete than J.J. Watt.
What about the other kid from Texas Tech, Tyrese Wilson?
I haven't watched enough of him to give an opinion, but I
don't think he's going first. I don't think he's going early though.
As it gets closer, I'm gonna watch all of them.
Him. He's probably gonna be within that top 15 as well.
Okay. Would you be opposed to getting 2? If you can't get the guy,
if we can get both of them 2 big ass bohemians, shit, put both of their big asses in some pads in the Bears uniform.
Then everybody on the Justin Fields train is wondering, well, when you gonna help Justin?
Free
agency. Okay.
I want Payne in Washington to get the Julius Peppers treatment, and I want somebody sitting on his front lawn with a contract saying, "What do I need to do to get you over here?"
With a blank check. What you want? If you really want him,
well, I don't see how anybody would not want
him. To me, that will show Pole's grit. That will show if he's really knows what he's doing because clearly the free agent market, as you have seen, it's not an A+ free agent class.
But he's your A+.
C. Yep. And I don't need, we already only spent $5 million in the locker room for receivers this year. So hopefully, we draft somebody or we look up and trade for somebody, however, what happened. But to me, the quickest way to build the defense, sign Payne, move Jones to the 1 technique, draft Miles Murphy, long shot. If Khalil Mack becomes a casualty, give him a team-friendly deal, bring him back to the other end. just because you need some veteran presence.
You gonna put Miles Murphy at the 3 technique?
No. I said you got Payne. You got Payne.
Payne would be your 3 technique.
You got Payne.
He's talking about Jones. He's talking about
Justin Jones.
Jones move over to 1.
To the 1. Okay, got it.
1. And that way you've made your line better basically overnight. Now you can focus on the offensive side by getting Justin some linemen. Maybe you go after Andrew Wiley, who's a free agent. Maybe you go after a kid in Jacksonville. We just talked about how good Jacksonville looked. Maybe you go after him. What's his name? Jawan Taylor. You go after him.
Yep.
Mike McGlinchey gonna cost too much, so like that's a pipe dream. Like I wouldn't even go
I
after
don't
him.
think he's gonna cost that much. He's on the older side.
What that mean?
I do want veteran offensive linemen.
Yes, I want
veteran offensive linemen.
Yes.
I don't want to draft. If I draft a guy, I don't want him in that key position. Like you were talking about Skoranek. To draft a Skoranek, I'm moving him to guard. That's what I'm doing. I'm moving him inside the guard. Now we got an athletic guard that can handle these 3 techniques in there that move and that are like Tommy Harris and Tank Johnson and those guys. Like, that's what you need. Eberflus wants that guy. He wants a playmaker at each level. He needs pass rush. He needs that 3 technique. I think he found his safety. I think Brisker is the guy. He need a middle linebacker. He need a middle backer. Sanborn, I get it.
Say that one more time. We're gonna rewind you 5 seconds. We need a what?
We need a middle linebacker.
We've watched the after show. We've seen.
I know. I love him. I think he's a great competitor, but in my mind, he's more Hunter.
I was gonna say Hunter Hillemeyer. Yes.
Like he's not Lance. He's not Urlacher.
No. I mean,
okay, so that's what we need in this defense. We need big time. That's why we were good because we had the big time players at these positions. That's why we need it.
AB, easy.
San
Easy
Francisco.
wants to jump back in here and ask you one more hot take question.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Goddamn easy.
Well, my hot take that ship kind of sailed, but you do have something you just said is compelling and something I also thought about a bit. And this, goes back to your banter with Lance on the show, and you kind of the way you talk with Mr. Briggs is that it's like, how do I put it? It almost seems like the way you interact is that you kind of made him in terms of like the way you play is what elevates how a linebacker plays. Not necessarily you and man, but like, a defensive lineman and a linebacker. Can you speak more to that? Is that is that true? Am I just an idiot?
No. I know where you're at.
And is that kind of like is that still a thing in today's NFL? Just speak a little more to that. And if I'm an idiot, please let me know.
No, not at all. I think me doing my job better made our team more efficient, made our defense better. So when a defensive end has the C gap, true, I can be in the C gap, but there's still a B gap here, and Lance has that B gap, right? So that's after the 2004 season, Lovie Smith calls me into the office. Like, true story. He calls me into the office, and we sit down and we watch like 4 or 5 plays. He's like, on these plays right here, you have your gap. You're doing your job. You're going to get a plus on this play. Mm-hmm. But you know what would make us better is if Lance gap is here, I'm here. So if you can close that, so there is no gap. There's no gap, but you still have your gap. There is no gap here. Now we got 55 running around like 54. Now we got 2 guys running, just hitting whatever the hell move. He called me in after the 2004 season. I'm not saying it's the only reason, but 2005, we're number 1 defense in the league.
Best
and
defense.
Lance Briggs took a step like nobody saw coming.
So you kind of like freed up the game for him. You let him run around. Like,
yes, he made play after play after play, and it was just those little things, like understanding like I do have my gap and I'm doing my job, but what can I do better to make it easier on other guys while I still do my job?
Right.
And that was the thought. And when you get 11 guys thinking like that, and I didn't care. Obviously, I want to make plays, right? But
you sacrifice, though. You sacrifice.
Right. I know I'm not going to make every play. I'm going to do my job. So I know that Lance is coming to make that play, or Urlacher is coming to make that play, or if Peanut does his job on this side, then I know that play got to be pushed back to me. So I need to be ready to do my job. So and it was always like that. And the one thing that kind of the glue that kept everything together was Urlacher. Urlacher knew what everybody was supposed to do.
Yep.
So if a quarterback came back and everybody on defense know the ball's going 5 yards into the flat. If the ball goes 12 yards into that dig route, well, somebody ain't do their damn job. And Urlacher knew exactly who it was.
Yeah.
And you didn't want Urlacher breathing down your neck. With 80,000 people like watching, you're like, come on, cuz, don't do me like that.
The goal is to get them to throw it short.
My bad, don't do me like that. So that's how it was.
That's funny. So the goal was to get them.
BK, motherfucker.
Yes. To go with what, Easy?
I was just saying. So the goal was to kind of get them to throw it short in that defense. Like
the goal was to not give up big plays. You don't give up a big play. And you make them methodically drive down the field 13, 14 plays and score a touchdown. And if they do it again. Right. You know what I mean? Because during those 13 plays, we believe that we were going to get you in a second and long, which was a mistake. So we're going to get you to make a mistake. You get in second and long, you get in third and long, we get a tip ball, Peanut punches a ball out, something. We knew during those 13 plays, you weren't going to have 13 perfect 4-yard plays. You know, so
it increases the margin for error for them.
Correct. Now, if you go back, like, and I'm sure you guys have watched it, but go back and look at that Super Bowl and look at how that Super Bowl played out. Peyton Manning, that first drive, he tried to go somewhere where it shouldn't have gone, and Chris Harris picked it off. And then for the rest of the game, what did they do? They would drive down the field would shrink, they kick a field goal because we stopped them. Then they drive down, they kick a field goal. Our offense just couldn't score.
I knew what we couldn't do. We couldn't give the ball to Thomas Jones.
Yeah, right. And we stopped giving the ball to TJ, but that's the whole concept of the defense is to make you make a mistake over the course of 13, 14 plays. That's it.
And I remember we had a peanut punch and Grossman dropped the snap the next play. So I remember, what are you going to do about it, right?
Like, it's just, it's one of those things. I mean, it's just, I still believe to this day, man, I do believe we had the best team. The best team don't always win. I think we saw that this year. I thought the Eagles had the best team. I think when you have a quarterback, I think a quarterback can win you a game. And I think Peyton Manning won them a game that day.
Would have loved to see what Hurst could have done, though, with 1:40 left in the game.
Yes, see.
Because I don't agree with that play.
Which one?
And y'all were missing two Pro Bowl players in Tommy and Mike Brown.
All pro. Tommy was all pro. Mike Brown was all pro at one point. So we're talking about high level players that we missed them like early. Like I think Tommy got hurt in Detroit game. I think that was like week 10 or 11.
And I think
Mike Brown got hurt Arizona game.
Arizona game, right?
6, yeah.
Like that was like the 6 or 7 game. Yeah. So we played a whole year and we were that damn dominant without 2 all-pro players. Like, man, it was the perfect storm.
And then
Anderson was hyped up a lot.
And then add in a person who still hasn't gotten into the freaking pro or the Hall of Fame yet.
Oh, Hess?
Yeah, what do you think about that as far as Devin not making it?
I mean, he's a special teams guy. So, I mean, there's certain old school people that got a problem with that. But he's gonna get in. When you change the game, he's got to get in, man. You got now. I'm with Dion. I don't know if y'all heard Dion. Y'all got to look. The whole Dion thing. I agree totally with that because I don't think everybody should. I don't think the Hall of Fame is for everybody.
Yeah,
I don't. The Hall of Fame is for the greats. If we have a panel of 12 people, it should be this easy. Does Randy Moss go in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Everybody says yes immediately, right? I think the Hall of Fame should be that. It shouldn't be. Should Frank Gore go in the Hall of Fame?
Oh God, that's a good.
It's over. No.
Yeah, and he's what the third all-time leading rusher.
But that's what longevity.
That's just crazy that we can't
longevity.
Say like I don't.
See, that's the Hall of
when I think of the greatest running backs ever. When I think of the greatest running backs ever, Frank Gore doesn't come to mind.
No. He's not even in my
Frank Gore don't come in my top 20 when I think about it.
Not even in my top 10, top 15. Like
easy, not top 20. It's just like Like I just like the Hall of Fame, they just put anybody in. I think I'm not going in. I'm not good enough. I understand that, but some people aren't good enough and they're getting in.
AB, we go through that right now.
The game.
We go through that right now with Mongo McMichael as a defensive tackle, having 95 sacks, all the TFLs before they even, are really tackling that. But yet, Brian Young, who we love, and also Richard Seymour get in before.
Dan Hampton too.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. I think a lot of people. I think they talk about that defense. They talk about that defense, and what is there? 1, 2 guys? 2?
It's
in
3.
The Hall of Fame?
3, I think.
You got
Singletary,
Dan Hampton.
And Hampton.
Okay, so there's 3. I think now they didn't do it as long, but I think they were as dominant as that 70s defense for the Steelers.
Oh, with
and there's 7 of those guys.
Zach Lambert and
yeah, like there's a whole bunch of those guys. I mean, I think there could be more. But I mean, when we're talking about who deserves to be in, Richard Dent was a different dude.
Yeah,
true. Like McMichael was different. Hampton was different. Singletary wasn't different.
No,
I'm sorry. He wasn't. 54 is the best linebacker to ever play, to ever wear a C on his helmet.
I think Singletary gets a lot of leadership points.
I didn't see Butkus play, but Butkus wasn't the athlete that. What you get credit for snatching people's head masks or face masks and spitting on people?
You brought imitation.
I just don't buy that stuff. I don't buy that. I think 54 is easily the best linebacker to play at the Chicago Bears. Easily. And I think 55 and 50 I think Briggs and then 51 are right there close second. And then you could put Singletary and Wilson. I think Wilson was a damn good ass player that not many people talk about.
Wilbur Marshall was a problem.
But he went somewhere else too. He
won 2 more Super Bowls.
Yes, he did. Wilbur Marshall. I mean, he's Florida Gator. You know what I mean? Of course he did.
Wilbur Marshall. There's that one clip I think of Wilbur Marshall almost killing a Lions quarterback in that 85 season.
He almost killed him.
Yeah, it was
he almost killed him. Like that those type of like that stuff. I just like when you see these players, man, they're really, really talented. I think once you make it to that level, you're really, really talented. But T.O., yes, like no question.
Yeah, that's messed up. Yeah,
like people there's an argument to be made. If you look at T.O. numbers and you look at Jerry Rice numbers, put T.O. with 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks for 13 years.
Yeah.
Well, how do you analyze cornerback then? Because I'll die on the Charles Tillman hill all day.
Well, Peanut. So Peanut, he changed the game. I think that's why he get in. Like I think that's why he get in. But is Peanut? See, I love Peanut. Peanut's my dude.
Of course.
Peanut is gonna get into the Hall of Fame eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
See, I don't like that word.
I think it'll be 7, 8, 9 years from now. But yeah, he'll get in. I mean, he has 15 years to get in. Hell, it took Dent, 15 to get in, right? He went the whole way, I think.
Yeah, but it's like some people, and part of me says some of them like contributor people, they can wait.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them other people that are getting like the longevity, not like I'm not trying to be funny.
Yep.
Don Coryell, 40 years ago, changed football.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He could have got in 10 years, 15, 20, 25. He took up a spot for somebody who deserved it now, i.e. Devin Hester. Mm-hmm. But don't make that one of the 7. Make that like a separate category.
Is that hold on, because I didn't realize this. Is there 7 that have to go in every year?
I think that's the number. Like it is a maximum
limit, not the quota.
Right.
So has there been a year? When's the last year nobody went in?
Oh, I don't.
We need one of those. We actually need one of those.
It'd be a very quiet one right there.
We need one because there's not good ones every year. It's just like the draft if you really think about it. Because you're the best quarterback in this draft, that doesn't mean you're better than the 3rd best quarterback in last year's draft. You know what I'm saying?
No, it doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have to, you really have to look at this stuff different. I do not believe. when I see Lance Briggs and I see Urlacher and their bus in my imagination is sitting beside Lawrence Taylor's, I don't have a problem with that because I think they deserve to be there.
Absolutely.
Now, when I see other players, like they don't let T.O. in as a first ballot Hall of Famer, but then Michael Strahan gets in as first ballot Hall of Famer, and now he's in there with Reggie White, 198 sacks, Bruce Smith, 200 sacks. And now you're first ballot with 140. Come on now. I think first ballot has to mean something. It has to mean something. Like they're not the same. Bruce Smith and Michael Strahan is not the same.
Absolutely not. And I think that's going to be the problem moving forward because now you're always putting somebody behind. We got to talk next year. Hell, Torrey Holt still ain't been in. Is Torrey Holt Hall of Fame worthy? He still ain't been in. Drew Pearson from the way back Roger Staubach days just got in. That's like a lifetime achievement award.
Why did he get in? Why did he get in?
That's like a lifetime achievement award. Like,
oh my gosh. No, he caught a Hail Mary.
Like the first Hail Mary.
Yes.
I think they allow the writers too much.
Well, that's the problem. The writers
sitting up there getting these guys in because you come to think about it. The reason why T.O. didn't get in because of his relationship with the media and the exits that he pulled. Tell you the truth, if Randy Moss wasn't on TV, his ass wouldn't have got in on that first ballot.
At least the first ballot.
Randy Moss was sort of a jackass to the media.
He was.
Jackass at times.
But they're hypocrites.
He was doing his thing when he was on top.
They're
so a lot of that, they need to take some of that shit away from that those writers.
The sports writers should. I don't think they should.
And put it with who though? See who put it with who?
I mean, it may have to be a combination of writers and players or something like that to get that done. Because just leaving it up to the writers is going to sit up there and make it's just getting ridiculous. You got a lot of players that should be in a Hall of Fame that's not in a Hall of Fame.
And some like
popular people, or they were just special teamers, or they weren't they didn't kiss the media's ass. They wasn't always there to talk to the media. Because I just saw something that just still blows me. Now, I'm a big Michigan fan. I love Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Go Blue all day. But when Tom Brady sits up there and is getting in his teammates' ass, whether it be the receiver or the offensive lineman, they're like, "Oh, look at the fire in Tom Brady! Look at the pass."
You said that with Jay Cutler,
and then Jay Cutler goes and does
that shit. They're gonna sit up there and talk about he's a bad teammate. The guy's a fucking disturbance. He's causing the locker room to split apart and all that.
Media's poison, man. The media is poison.
It's both. It's both, right? Because if they like you, they hype you up no matter what. It's both. Like it can work either way. So,
AB, check this out. You are media now.
I am,
and I like how you call it. You call it a honey. You call it like you see.
I try to. Yeah.
You don't sugar. No. That's why we love, man. Come on now. We don't miss an episode. We don't. Full transparency. We don't.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
Yeah. But from your standpoint, you brought up Randy Moss and T.O. That they're such hypocrites because, like Chris said, if he was not on ESPN, would he have got in? Because the same things they try to say T.O. did, Randy Moss actually did get in trouble. Randy Moss actually was an off-field distraction, whereas Terrell Owens never did. He don't have any legal problems. He was never arrested for this or that. The worst thing he did was what? Ate some popcorn on the Star, did some push-ups on his driveway. Some sit-ups on his driveway. And because you didn't like that, you didn't put him in?
No. They ain't put him in first ballot.
Well, that's what I'm saying, first ballot. But he had all the credentials for first ballot nomination.
Yeah. He absolutely should have been. But we're still talking about humans, right? We're talking about humans, and these people, either they like you or not. Like, and that's their.
It should be about numbers, and that's it.
It truly should be. So what are those numbers? Now check this out. The College Football Hall of Fame, there's a criteria for it. Right? Like, if you don't meet this criteria, I don't give a damn who you are, you're not getting in.
Yeah.
Get this. Yeah. The greatest quarterback of all time is
Tom Brady.
Correct. Never going to College Football Hall of Fame, ever. Never made All-American. You got to make All-American. He won't go. Joe Montana.
Stetson Bennett. Got two
Montana,
national
they never go.
championships.
Never been.
Correct.
Never go.
They'll never go. Like it's crazy, right? Like it's like, but they don't give a shit. They don't care. This is our criteria. If you don't make it, you don't make it. So
that's what the NFL needs to do.
What the NFL like? So what is that? Do you need to make 8 Pro Bowls? Do you need to make 6 All Pros? I think it has to be something ridiculous because that's what being a Hall of Famer is. I've never seen another Lawrence Taylor.
No.
That's what being a Hall of Famer is. Something ridiculous.
But I think criteria by position, though, because clearly sometimes the quarterbacks get nods that other players will never get, right?
True.
But so let's go back to last year, right? If you figure Matthew Stafford won his first Super Bowl, got a 5,000-yard season, all these yards, all this other, is Matt Stafford a Hall of Famer?
No, not for me.
I think he is because he got that ring.
Wait, now let me one up you. Is Eli Manning a Hall of Famer?
No.
But guess what?
You got 2.
I bet you they get in.
No. They're going to get in now. But that's not. But that's not what you're asking me. You're not asking me that. You're asking me, do I think they're Hall of Famers? I don't. Will they get in? Well, yeah, they're going to get in, but they're not Hall of Famers. Is Trent Dilfer a Hall of Famer? No, I think Trent Dilfer had just as much to do with winning their Super Bowl as Eli had with winning theirs.
It's true.
Those football teams that Eli won on, I could be off a little bit, but they were 9-7, 10-6 football teams that got hot. They ran the football with Brandon Jacobs and
Tiki Barber before that.
And Tiki Barber. Like both they ran it. He made 1 throw in each game.
Yep.
1.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like one incredible throw.
That team got hot, sort of like how Jacksonville got last year. They got hot at the end. Everybody started thinking that they could sit up there and do the upset.
Yes, but because you get hot at the right time, like I don't think that's a Hall of Fame player. Like I don't think Ben Roethlisberger is a Hall of Famer. He's not Joe Montana. He's not like Tom Brady. He's not Peyton Manning. Like no.
Should Steve Young be a Hall of Famer?
No.
That's my point. But he is.
Like this is me, man. No.
We with you.
It should be no question. Hall of it. Tell you what, I say Steve Young. No. But I tell you, Patrick Mahomes never threw another football, but that boy got in the Hall of Fame.
That's a fact.
That deal. It is incredible what he has done in his 5 years playing.
And we took Mitchell
5 years start. It's incredible. You can't. Nobody's ever done it. Now, Gale Sayers is a Hall of Famer, and I think everybody will say no question.
No question.
Look at what Gale Sayers did running the football. That was his alternate position, right? Let's use that. I'm going to use that right now. His alternate position was a running back because no running backs get in the Hall of Fame with 5,000 yards rushing.
Right.
Okay? No running back. You're not going to get in. Devin Hester had, 4,000 yards receiving?
Yes.
And he is unquestionably a better special teamer than Gale Sayers.
He was our number 1 receiver at a time.
Well, yeah.
Technically, on paper, he was
correct.
Our
but then when you look at both of them, people have a problem when you say, well, Devin Hester, well, shit, you say there's no question Gale Sayers should get in. And I can make an argument that Devin was as good of a receiver as Gale was as a running back, and he was better as a returner.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know. I mean, it's if you like the person, if you think they're nice, it's humans. Like we're talking humans.
That's what I hate. It should be just like in baseball.
Yep.
Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, Roger.
Yep.
Come in. They did. Pete Rose. Pete Rose been waiting for like 40 years, man.
Pete Rose got 1,000 more hits than the next person. How do you not put him in?
Exactly. I don't care if he bet on himself. Like I'm gonna hit this ball.
I watch baseball. My son play baseball right now.
Okay.
But in 97, 98, 99, I watched baseball because of Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. That's Absolutely. It. Like that's it. You wouldn't have this fan right here if it wasn't for those guys, and you wouldn't have a lot of fans, I'm sure, if it wasn't for those guys doing that stuff back then.
It was a whole commercial about it.
Barry Bonds because I see some of the craziest stats from Barry Bonds. Like the amount of intentional walks he had, the amount of pitches that he saw in a season, he didn't miss them. Like Barry Bonds, I might get crushed for this because I don't know fucking baseball. I mean, I'm sorry, my bad. I don't know damn baseball. I don't know baseball, but I know Barry Bonds. I ain't never seen Babe Ruth play. All right. Barry Bonds is the best baseball player ever. All right? I'm sorry, guys. Like, I don't know what people are thinking.
I go with Junior. I'm
King Griffey was great.
Yeah.
Because Barry Bonds.
Ken Griffey juiced up?
But you don't know. You don't know he was juicing.
He wasn't.
No, Ken. I don't know if Ken was. I don't know if Barry was.
As a White Sox fan, I don't know if Frank Thomas was too, because he always looked the same from when he was drafted compared to then. I remember Barry Bonds was a base stealer. Let's not forget.
No. Stop it. Look at the home runs he was hitting back then.
He was a 40-40 guy. 40 home runs.
He was a 40-40 guy. He was just fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
he was a Hall of Famer just in Pittsburgh.
Right. If he never played at San Francisco, he's still a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. Like this, and there's no evidence. Like, think about this. Like, if you were him and there's no evidence saying that you actually cheated, why are they keeping me out? They don't have anything to keep me out. How furious would that make you?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like, you don't have it. Oh, well, I know you did. Look at your head. Man, get the hell out of here. What are you talking about? My skull grew. What?
All I gotta say is, as much as I don't agree with people juicing, those people saved baseball, because baseball was freaking awful.
Yes,
the pitchers were
juicing.
It was awful before that era.
Pitchers were juicing, and when Jeter says, and I love Jeter, when Jeter says that, man, listen, everybody didn't juice, right? And you weren't the same player like those guys.
Nope,
not even close.
Not even without the juice.
He was on a team that won a lot, and he was a captain. But this same thing applies to Tom Brady too, because his first 3 Super Bowls, his first 3, he didn't even make the Pro Bowl.
Nope. Adam Vinatieri.
He wasn't even one of the top quarterbacks in the league. And then the Tampa Super Bowl. Man, Tampa held KC to 10 points. That's why y'all won. And your running back ran for $140. He should have got MVP, but they give it to Tom. Like, now I'm saying, I think Tom's the greatest quarterback ever, but I don't think it's what. Like, people are like, oh my gosh, he won 7 Super. Like, I don't know, man. Like, let's not forget, he went from 2004 when he won one, and it took him 10 years to win the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it took him a while. Now, he don't get the same scrutiny. Oh man, I'm saying this on a Chicago show. He don't get the same scrutiny that LeBron James gets for losing NBA finals. He don't. He lost. Shit, he lost what, 3, 4? He don't get it. He's still the GOAT.
Did he lose 6?
No, not LeBron.
Tom Brady.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Tom Brady doesn't get the same scrutiny for losing the Super Bowl.
He lost 2 or 3.
He lost 3.
He lost 2 to the Giants for sure.
2 to the Giants and 1 to Nick Foles.
Nick Foles, 1 to the Rams.
Yep, 1 to Nick Foles.
That's 3 less than
LeBron. True. But he doesn't get that same scrutiny. All people talk about is the 71. They don't talk about the ones he lost.
You're right. They never do talk about
JB forgot who he lost to in the 3rd one. Like, we don't even talk about it. Like, it's just, he won 7.
Hey, he lost to Doug Peterson. We just talked about Doug Peterson earlier. Doug Peterson was the coach.
A team that got hot. They got hot too. They got hot at that
Peterson
time.
And Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
Oh, bullets. Even your Yankees, ain't nobody give a shit about your damn Yankees.
Nah, the Yankees, man. The Yankees bought their teams, man.
They bought their championships.
They bought all of them. Yeah, they bought all of them.
Money.
I don't know. I think there's a lot. I think Tom's the best. I don't want that to get mixed up. I think Tom's the best ever. I think what he did and how he did it.
How he did it for sure.
Like, you put him in Peyton Manning's situation. And Peyton Manning's situation is 2 Hall of Fame receivers. Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison. They'll both go into the Hall of Fame. And you put him with 8 home games indoor. You put him with a game in Tennessee, a game at Jacksonville, and a game indoor in Houston. That's 11 games a year with these Hall of Fame receivers, man. I think he's at 130,000 yards. He's just like, he's nuts. Like, he just
with Tom Moore as your offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but Brady was a coordinator for a long time. These guys were leaving. They were leaving and going to get head coaching jobs, and they was coming back. Weiss would leave, he come back. What's the other kid name that just left and went to? McDaniels had 2 damn head coaching jobs, and Lovey had a brief stint for one. Like, come on, like, what are we doing? What do we think about this guy? What do y'all think about McDaniels? What is it about him? They love him.
I think he knows people.
Oh gosh! This coaching thing is a thing
because who he's been under, who they have a love and hate relationship with, and it's like, it's damn near like he's fucking Belichick's fucking son. Tell you the truth, to be honest with you.
Okay, but if you look at the Raiders this year and the Raiders
can't
last
never
year,
do nothing wrong.
coach.
Yeah, he fucked up on that last job. That's okay. He went back to Bill. He learned again. Bill taught him the right way. Then he fucked up on this one too.
But Bill isn't even the greatest coach. Like, I don't get it.
That's an argument.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I know. I want to hear it because I don't think there's too many people who agree with that.
He didn't win prior to getting Tom Brady.
Very true.
He didn't win anything. He hadn't won anything since.
He hasn't done anything.
Tom Brady did. Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with another team.
So
Bill Belichick is a hell of a coach. When people talk about him being the greatest ever, is where it bends me out of shape.
But before we even go to this, AB, I wanted to ask you: are you cool still talking? Because I know
I'm good. I got about 15 minutes. About 15 minutes.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
I was about to say, like, hey, AB, I know you gotta go.
I know. That's why I didn't. I was like looking at.
No, for sure. I appreciate it. No, I appreciate that.
We're looking at the clock, 1:37. So look, let me ask you this then. Does Belichick? So Drew Bledsoe never gets hurt. Does Belichick still win?
No, because he never puts Tom Brady in.
So you think Bledsoe wasn't good enough?
No, he wasn't. He never was.
Because he had went to a Super Bowl previously with Pete Carroll.
There was something different about Brady. There was something different about Tom. I think that's why he's the greatest ever. I mean, there's something different about him. It took him a little longer to get in position to show that he was different. Not arm talent wise, or like he had something. He was average or above average in everything except for, like, I'm gonna find a way to beat you, and I don't care how. I'm gonna find a way to beat you. And like, I'm not saying Bill Belichick wasn't a great coach. He was a great coach. When people talk about him being the greatest ever, well, what puts him there? Why do people think he's the greatest ever? Because there's a coach out in San Francisco that the reason they won is because of that coach. Like, the reason they won without. He won. I'm sorry. He created the West Coast offense. What's his name?
George. What's his name? Walsh. Steve.
Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh.
You were thinking about George. You about to say George Seifert.
It's George Seifert, not George Seifert.
Yeah.
No.
George Seifert is also another.
Bill Walsh was like, he won with Montana, with Steve Young. Like, he won. Was it Steve that he switched, or was that Seifert?
No, I think that was Seifert.
I think that was Seifert that switched.
He retired. And
he had okay. So he won with Montana. Montana, they added Jerry Rice after they had won a Super Bowl. Right. So they got Jerry Rice, they got better. I think he is as good a coach as Belichick. I don't think Belichick's just the greatest ever. Is he really, really great? Sure. Yeah, hell yeah. But he needed Tom with all that. Whenever he never won without Tom. Like, let's not forget, the Cleveland owner left town without telling his head coach.
Right.
Who was Bill Belichick? With Nick Saban and all these boys, he left town like, fuck y'all, I'm out of here. Like, seriously, like, that's crazy.
I mean, he's damn sure got a case for being the best. I mean, shit. Even if you look who came, because check this out. Right now, college football. Who you say is the greatest college football head coach of all time?
And Nick Saban.
Nick Saban, hands down.
And who was he under?
No. But that don't. But okay, true. So Bill Parcells. So with that argument, then Bill Parcells is the greatest because
Bill Parcells is the root to the tree.
Did breed some damn good coaches, man.
Yeah, so Bill Parcells is the guy.
The tune,
That's what he was under.
I thought he was overrated. I thought he was just this big fat dude that they fucking loved and shit and called
Bill Parcells?
Yeah.
I thought Bill was that dude at the Giants.
At the Giants for sure.
At the Giants. He was that dude. Now, a lot of people give Belichick because it was their defense that won it for him. Yeah. They give, and Belichick was the DC, so they give him a lot of credit. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think true. Yeah, he deserves some of that credit because their defense was nasty.
Yeah.
It was nasty.
Yeah.
Like they won a Super Bowl with Jeff Hostetler as their quarterback too.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's
Hostetler. And they won with Sims too.
Bill Sims, correct.
Yeah. 86 and 90.
Yep.
Yeah. He's not a Hall of Famer, is he?
Which guy?
Phil Sims? No.
Phil Sims.
Phil Sims ain't make it to the Hall of Fame?
He better not.
Cause
hell, I don't know. Between him and Boom, I get them some bitches confused sometimes.
Okay. Look at Jim Kelly, 4 straight Super Bowl.
Jim Kelly should be in. Jim Kelly should be in.
John Elway, Hall of Fame. Now we talking Hall of Fame.
Correct.
No. Phil Sims, he sniffed one. Like you said, Brad Johnson got a Super Bowl.
Yes.
He a Hall of Famer? No.
No.
He ain't no Kurt Warner. You know what I'm saying?
No. Kurt Warner was the reason they won this. Kurt Warner, the reason we had about 3 or 4 years of some holy smokes, buddy. This offense is crazy.
Yes,
like, God dang, these boys was crazy good.
Kurt Warner gets a nod because he took the damn Cardinals to the Super Bowl, man.
He did.
We ain't never seen that.
Yes, and during my contract dispute, Kurt Warner laid down for your boy by 4 sacks in a game. Yeah, we're gonna take that.
We'll take that, yes, sir. Cha-ching.
Say Kurt Warner, all right in your book.
He all right with me.
Love that.
Well, Alex, we don't want to keep you too much longer, my brother. Man. It has been a pleasure, just coming from being a Bears fan and seeing you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Do what you did, represent Chicago, man. We would love to have you on. But before you go, now we know you come back and do your the Bears after show or whatnot. We know you come and do that. So when you here in the Chi, where do you go to eat? What's your place? Favorite chicken place, pizza place, steakhouse, whatever it is?
Oh, man.
Let's start with chicken first.
I'm going to Harold's, man. That's it. Going to Harold's, man. I don't even know another chicken place, honestly. I really don't. It's all Harold's chicken, man. That's it.
Frank got baptized to Harold's this weekend for the first time.
That might be a good segue. I know we want to play this video eventually. Hold on.
You spend a lot of time over. You're supposed to put your mouth in. I got a safer. I got to put it all in for the press.
All right, Frank.
Got it. Frank eating his first Harold's chicken. All right, and this is gonna be his first.
Yeah, I got baptized.
Frank, you just eating them plain?
No, I had the hot sauce on them and everything.
Oh, you okay? I was like, wait a minute, they look plain right there now. Okay,
I was working into it.
He didn't get it drowned in mild sauce yet.
Nah, he ain't get it drowned.
Yeah, you gotta take baby steps.
Because unfortunately, I'm a suburban, and I decided to go out there with all them this past weekend.
Yes,
Harold for the first time. And my God,
good choice.
I can't even drive past the KFC right now without giving them the finger. Like fuck you. Idiot shit there.
Hey, that KFC used to be the go-to. No way.
It's suburban, man. We don't have any of that type stuff out here.
Hey, look, Frank got to open the Harold's and eating.
Right.
Where are you?
The crazy part about it, the son bitch, he took 2 big ass buckets home with him and fed them to the kids.
Hey, they wanted
you.
They wanted them.
Now they look. Now they don't want KFC.
Yeah.
No, they straight up told me too. Dad, can you go here to get the chicken from? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna drive 45 minutes to the city to go get chicken every day, guys. I'll make sure I do that.
That's awesome. I would say, Lou Malnati's, a thin crust. I never got into
the deep dish.
Never did. I can't.
A lot of people say that.
I can't. If I got to do this to my pizza, man, I'm sorry. I can't eat a piece of. I need a knife and a fork.
Like Greenberg.
I can't do that. Like, that's too much. I need to pick it up and eat it. And when you eat those, you full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Nah.
2 slices, I'm good.
Now my breakfast is my favorite.
Okay.
So I'm more of a I'm trying little pancake place right out of Libertyville. Tell me. Come on, Frank.
I can know.
Come on, Frank.
It's
called Wildberry.
Oh, Wildberry. Yeah, we know Wildberry.
There's one downtown. They put one downtown.
Yep.
Wildberry is that spot. I know there's a lot of really good breakfast places down, bruh. Go
now, you like
to
the Southern
Wildberry
breakfast with the grits and the biscuits and gravy and all that?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah. But their pancakes are phenomenal.
Where did you say it was at? What
Wildberry. It's right off of it's in Libertyville. There's the first one started in Libertyville. They do have one downtown. I think they
just sprung up a couple of places
now. There's a Hyatt off of Wacker. Okay. So a Hyatt off of Wacker. I don't know the roads, man. Like it's walking distance from that Hyatt at off East Wacker. Mm-hmm. It's a walking distance from there. So legit, like the spot, breakfast, unbelievable. Love it. Absolutely love it. Y'all gotta try it. I'm surprised y'all ain't tried it. But that's the spot for me. Breakfast.
Yeah, downtown they go to Yoke, Grand Lux, you know what I'm saying? Batters and Berries, you know, all that.
What about the
steakhouse?
Now you know it's about 80 of them some bitches here.
There is.
Oh, yeah, Outback here in the suburbs.
I'm not going to Outback.
You hear what he keeps saying?
For a steak. I'm not going to Outback for a steak. I'll go to Outback, but I'm not eating a steak there. I'm gonna go to Chicago Cut, Gibson, Ruth Chris. Like I'm gonna go like that. That's where I'm gonna go. Morton's, like that. That's where I'm gonna go for a steak. I'm not. No. Texas Roadhouse. No, I'm not.
AMT, is that you?
We appreciate you for coming on, AB, once again, my brother. And,
you're on mute, AB.
Hey, we would love for you to come back. You know,
man. Can you hear me?
We can see you and Lance come on here. And you guys go back and forth.
Hold on. AB's still on mute. Hold on. Unmute him.
If I can unmute him. No, it's not me. I can't unmute him.
I don't know.
I don't know what happened.
It didn't happen until Terrence came on. What you do,
Terrence, you jinx everything, dude.
I didn't do
you jinx everything.
I didn't do nothing.
Damn.
Well, I'll say this. AB, give me a thumbs up. Are you going to do a draft special? No, with your draft special. Are you doing one this year?
It says his mic isn't connected.
Yeah, it says he's on mute. I don't know why.
Watch it start working the minute 10 get off.
This Terrence leaves.
I told you the minute Terrence get off,
What? Did it fall out?
No. I took it out. I took it off because of the noise that was going and I thought it was me. And then
that was Terrence. Janky ass 1975 computer and shit.
That was Terrence and his dial-up.
So NBC hadn't told me anything yet, so I don't know yet. But I know I have an appearance up there that I will be doing.
Okay. And we want to make sure we get to support you and see you when you do one.
For sure. Are y'all having a show?
I mean, well,
you want to come do one with us?
I would.
I'll do one with you if
do,
you're not gonna
what I can commit to right now, what I could do is if we want to come on for 10, 15 minutes to give a response to the pick that the Bears made, or do like a 5-10 minute thing where do we think the Bears are going to do prior to the draft, So, but let it be tentative because I don't know if NBC say, "AB, we want you in for this." Well,
clearly.
They got a check coming to me if I do theirs. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Contractual obligation. We were just wondering.
We understand that clearly.
We follow you, but I also know I like your insight. And plus,
I appreciate it.
The hypest person I've ever seen when we got that number 1 pick. So I was like,
I love it.
And you was like, "Thank you, Lovey."
Man, listen, I want the Bears. I want the Bears I want them to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because I want to be there. I was very fortunate enough to live in Chicago when the White Sox won it, when the Cubs won it, when the Blackhawks won it. The Bulls went to the Eastern Conference Championship, and I saw the Bears get to a Super Bowl. Okay, so I saw when all the sports were kind of at their peak.
Right.
It ain't nothing like Chicago when the Bears are good. Ain't nothing like it.
100% agree.
So win a Super Bowl, and I know this person gonna go crazy. I'm not the old guy, like the 80, and not all the 85 Bears, but some of them. They don't want us to win because they want to be the only ones that win the Super Bowl. I want these guys to win. I want them to win because I want to celebrate with them because that is an unbelievable achievement. I would like nothing more than to be able to be at a parade where the Chicago Bears are world champs.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking cry. I already know. Fucking call me soft, whatever the fuck you want to call me. I'm gonna cry like a fucking.
You are soft. You are soft.
Cry too. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna be right there.
Somebody's float, drinking Moore's beer.
Yes, drinking that Moore. Hey man, what can I get me some of that Moore's beer, man? I need some of that.
I can't even get it. I can't even get it.
But definitely, we'll send you some. We'll send you some.
Sent Warwick Holman some, but he down in Texas, so we can do that for you.
Done, absolutely.
Yep.
Yes, I want to get some of that. Yeah,
absolutely,
for sure. And y'all, let me know what we'll do. I mean, I got a little people on my little following. I'll put it up, So yeah, that's what's up for sure.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate the time. I know I said whatever, but we got into a conversation and we just kind of kept going, and it was a good conversation, man. I appreciate it.
Fun.
We'll put that video on Twitter for you, and I'll tag you in it.
For sure, all day. Appreciate it, Frank. Thanks, guys. See you. All right, JB. For sure, baby.
All right, AB. I'll talk to you.
Appreciate you. For sure.
All right.
Terrence with that echo ass goddamn computer.
I think he's using his phone now, or are you back in your computer?
Nah, he ain't using his phone right now.
I went to another room in the house.
But your phone was way clearer.
It is, but
there's no doubt.
Yeah, but the camera's like over to the side.
Oh,
I didn't like it. It didn't feel normal.
Yeah, because it's so fucked up.
The
clock ain't even working.
The clock is working. What the hell are you talking about, man?
That motherfucker been like that shit since the beginning of the show.
Man. But I was watching. I watched every bit of the show. And it sounds like Alex isn't too sold on Justin. He didn't necessarily say he was sold on Bryce Young either.
He didn't say he wants to keep Justin. He loves Justin, but he's making good, valuable points.
And he's right. If that's your guy, you got to put the quality around him. You have to.
And you
talk about that same thing.
Absolutely, they have to put some good pieces around Justin. if they want him to succeed.
But not only that,
like this. Poles is on the clock, but the rumor around the world is there's a couple of teams hoping that they're willing to trade Justin.
I think that's going to happen.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it's going to be some calls. It's going to be some calls.
There's going to be a lot of calls on draft day for sure. It's going to be a blowing up phone line for that number 1 pick now or Justin Fields because you got 2 that you might be able to go at.
It's definitely going to be some calls, but
yeah. But like I said, I wouldn't take none of these quarterbacks over Justin Fields. If Justin Fields was in this year's draft, he'd by far be the number 1 fucking quarterback. Everybody be calling the Bears, trying to trade up so they could sit up there and get him. By far.
I know the Jets wish they had took him over with Zach
I know
Wilson.
Falcons would have loved to take him too. Like there's a lot of Falcons backed up and traded back.
Yeah, well, you know.
Shit. I bet the 49ers wish they would have took him.
No, because they went to the NFC Championship game, so they all right.
Giants might even be interested. Wish they would have taken.
They went to the NFC Championship. So you mean to tell me you don't think they could have did it a lot better? They could have possibly been in the Super Bowl with Justin Fields instead of Brock Purdy?
I mean, I don't know. If Brock Purdy's not in that game and it's Jimmy Garoppolo, do they beat the Eagles? Who knows?
I think Shanahan would have put together a phenomenal system around Fields.
Possibly. Yeah, a phenomenal system. I mean, shit, come on.
I think Fields would have lit up shit in San Francisco.
And then look at the receivers that he would have had to throw to. Kittle. Offensive line
Look,
time.
I'm talking about the line, yes. I'm not debating any of that. I'm just saying right now, as much as we say Ryan Poles is on the clock, I feel that the coaching staff is on the clock as well because whatever he gives them.
Oh, this is a big year for all of them.
Well, first of all, the reason why I say they not on the clock, because what the fuck did you expect them to do with the damn with the team that they had?
I said this year, what Poles gives them.
Yeah, this upcoming year is going to be a big year. It is. I'm not saying
it's a big year, but it's not like you sit up here saying, okay, like it's playoffs, so you guys are fired.
You heard what AB said. He's there. He's there more so than we are. He said, if Eberflus has another year like he did this year,
but we talking about a year like this. We not check this out. Yes, of course. If he has if he only wins 3 games this year, I guarantee you, JB, he ain't gonna win. He's gonna win more than fucking 3 games this year.
I hope so, shoot.
Shit,
that would be nice.
So he's not gonna be on the clock or be on the hot seat. If he wins 8 games this year, he's not gonna be on the fucking hot seat.
He on the clock.
No, you just want him to be on
especially
the clock.
Especially
what the hell it is that you want.
Especially if Aaron Rodgers is no longer in Green Bay and we don't win, he damn sure on the clock.
No, he's not.
Well, let's also not forget.
Keep agreeing with and listening to AB. You make your own count.
Let's also not forget this is the Bears organization. The Bears organization has never fired a coach before the end of the seasons too. So
would you hold on? Can you say that again for him? Can you say it again for him?
This is new president. So.
Just because this guy wants to sit up there, now you're on the Poles bandwagon, huh?
I said it's a new president. That means that president might not do things the way that.
I doubt if he's going to fire him either.
Hey.
Yeah, we're talking about a team. It's still going to have to sit up there. At the end of the day, the Bears are going to win more than 3 games next year. It's
and
not
we
like
hope they do.
Yes, but we're not sitting up here saying, JB, that, oh, yeah, if he wins 8 games, he's on the fucking clock. No, he's not.
They own it. See, you looking at vernacular as opposed to what the intent of the message is. They're on the clock, period. They're on the clock, whether you want to agree with it or
they're
not.
They're on your clock, JB.
They're on
the JB clock, baby.
You're right. They're on JB's clock.
They're on
if JB
clock.
had it, okay, they'd be gone after this year.
If it was up to me, you'd be gone. So shut up.
Yeah, if it was up to me, your ass would be gone.
Wait, I'm the one that brought you on, man. Shut up.
Kick you and Morris be ass up out here.
No, I ain't getting rid of my Morris, man. Nat King Cole, y'all. Black History Month.
Nat King Cole. Oh, damn, they got Nat King Cole on there.
I want to do, hey, you know what? I want to do a full court press, man, because.
Shit, I don't want to talk about these.
You want me to hit you with that full court press really
quick? I just got Pat Beverly, man.
Wait, hold on. Don't speak yet. Don't speak.
No, Terrence said he got a guest or something coming.
He did, but Terrence just hopped off and I see the. Oh, here he is. I don't see the
just
guest.
Hold off. What you got, T?
Terrence is here.
He's good?
Right. Terrence is here. But,
Terrence,
I mean,
another Terrence.
we can get into a full court press after our guest, and we're gonna talk about the All-Star game. But before we bring our guest on, where is he?
I was gonna. That's why I was saying. I was like, I don't see his camera on it.
Yeah, I don't see his
there
camera.
he is.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
There he is. So before we bring him in, we're gonna do a little intro video.
You gotta know when it's going the regular. I do whatever the credit union. The shit in my fan, I'm leaning like part of my manners is tucked in my side when I pull it. Out in the Nike sweat, not for a Nike check. Thought I could see it from far, but I couldn't. I got a regular phone, but hitting P's on the throwaway while I book it. Ain't no more schooling me. Every miles from Hollywood, serving out my mama house. $1 million mansion on TV. I'm in a haunted house, riding by myself with this stick. I'm trying to sum it out. After that in the grave until they seal it up. If you ain't hit no licks, spit your lip and you can't sit with us. We really enforcing reinforcements wasn't quick enough. He either get a shit bag or a body bag or a sippy cup. I wouldn't understand the visions I've been having, had to cut them off. Send your jersey in the field or take your number off. Day after day I make a way, I got it jumping off. Day after day I make a way, I got it jumping.
You're on mute, T.
There you go, no janky ass.
That damn computer, man. Goddamn.
Lord,
So I felt it was appropriate. I felt it was appropriate to bring local hip hop artist on. Well, he's local right now. It was appropriate because we're about to talk about basketball. And the fad is right now, basketball is intertwined with hip hop. And so, being that he's heavy into basketball as well, I felt, okay, well, maybe we should appeal to the younger audience. Because I'll be honest, older folks like me or JB or Chris, maybe even Frank, we don't necessarily vibe too much with the younger folks' music, but it was okay because I could actually understand the words. So it was cool with me, but this is my guy, and he's going to talk a little bit about the All-Star game that I actually did not see on Sunday because I blew out my tire. So I was on the side of 57 changing my tire. So I missed the damn game. So I asked him to come in and talk about it a little bit. So let's bring in my man Spitter the Don.
What's going on, brother?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? How y'all feeling?
Hey, we doing good. We doing good tonight. How you doing?
I've been seeing y'all go at it though for the past.
Yeah, we have
I've been seeing y'all go at
it.
So what's going on, man?
Nothing much. I was actually doing some homework.
You in school?
Yeah, I go to Berkeley School of Music.
Oh, that is awesome, man. That is so awesome. So aside from that, what else you got going
on? Besides music and stuff, I got a couple videos going on. I got 2 projects that I'm dropping with 2 different producers this year. Like I said, I got some more videos coming out, some more shows to do. So I got to keep busy. Right now, I'm just with my grandfather. He's 90 years old, so I go check up on him.
Oh, really? Wow,
yeah,
that's a blessing to have a 90-year-old grandfather.
Yes, sir.
That's a blessing, man. So tell us a little bit about your. Are you a Bulls fan?
I'll always be a Bulls fan. Always, like it don't matter. That's just it's just the city you from. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't like how the team is right now, and the same way I feel for the Bears too. Like you can't even ask me if I'm a Bears fan or a Bulls fan. Like I'm from here, so yeah, definitely.
And when did your Bulls fandom start?
My grandfather remembers Michael Jordan, man. And I grew up out west, so when they won the championship, I was born in '94. So when they won the championship out west, like it got crazy outside. He was just talking to me about it. So um, and then I used to play AAU ball. So
Really?
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure.
What
Yeah.
position
So
did you play?
point guard.
Point. Speaking of a
Hmm.
point guard, Lonzo Ball has officially been ruled out for the rest of the season. You think maybe you can apply?
No, man, I don't think I got the height to give them what they need. But I was happy when they finally put the Lonzo the Rose in, and what I'm saying, got them a big that could really that could be effective down there for him. And Lonzo is a rebounding he's a rebounding guard too. So he's big enough to match up. You know what I'm saying? The NBA has changed a lot, bro. Like I grew up watching smaller guards in those positions. You know what I'm saying? And now you got guys that would usually be like small forward height or bigger shooting guards as their point now. So
Right.
I was definitely happy when they had Lonzo, DeRozan, got him a big, but injuries happen.
So let's get into this All-Star game I did not see,
It was like
but you
golf.
saw.
Um,
Waste of time.
It was like golf.
it's been like that for a couple years now, though.
This one was really bad. Really bad.
There's like no
So
effort. Yeah,
they were like picking teams like you on the playground.
It just doesn't matter, and it don't have the same effect like it used to, man. Like the All Star game used to be people paying these tickets to come and watch the All Star game. It's supposed to be where everybody gets together as a collective. You got guys that's not there sitting out, or they don't play the whole game. Like that eventually becomes a problem. Like for me personally, just watching it because you don't get the talent that you want to see.
Why do you think? Why do you think that is? That now people just loaf and don't really play. They don't play any defense, but in prior years they actually played when like Isaiah Thomas or Michael Jordan was playing. They actually played, but now nobody does anything. Can you answer that? Even if you weren't watching them
I
because you
mean,
weren't open.
now I didn't see Isaiah, but I saw earlier All Star games like when Josh Smith won the dunk contest and stuff like that. Like that was kind of like when it was on his way out. When it was on his way out, because it meant something to those guys, but it meant something to the veterans of those guys. Like when Kobe was out there, like it meant something. Allen Iverson was out there, you know what I'm saying? It meant something to those guys, so it mattered to everybody else. I just don't think that the veterans that are in the NBA today that are veterans, I don't think it matters that much. They got different priorities.
Mm. So the
Like
game was basically a snooze fest.
Yeah, it was.
I wouldn't call it a snooze fest. I mean, it's definitely it don't live up to the hype that it used to. That's for sure. But
Man, you being too nice, man.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
seen
trying.
Whitley.
Look,
you can
I've
let it
seen
out.
Whitley games more competitive.
Let
I've
it
seen
out.
40 and older games more competitive.
I
This is
can't. I can't. I'm not gonna jump out and just say it sucked. Like it don't. It don't
So
suck. But you can. The fire not
allow me
there
to
though.
do it for you. It is terrible. It's a spectacle now. It's Olay defense and just letting people go and score.
For sure.
You got to win a quarter now in order to get points as opposed to winning the game. It's a sideshow. It's a circus. It either needs to be revamped or it needs to be canceled.
they need to get like some form of reward for winning these
No, you
games.
can't cancel the All Star game.
The
You
Rock
can't.
and
You
Top
can't
game
cancel the All Star game.
was a better play than this, which is terrible. It's terrible. And the minute Adam Silver goes down with his people and he sees the ratings have dropped, He literally needs to find a way to revamp. The only thing that saved, in my opinion, this whole All-Star weekend was Damian Lillard actually winning a three-point contest with the Weber State jersey on in Utah. Dame it's his third time and he won it. And Matt McClung actually doing what he did.
Mac did his thing.
We had a very good little comment.
That, All-Star
Mac did his thing.
Was a failure.
We had a great comment that came in about that too. The dude who won the dunk contest doubled his career earnings in one night because he told me he was a G League player.
Absolutely, but that just goes to show you. See, I'm not one of those that's going to say, "Oh, hey, NBA All-Star Game is great, it's fantastic." No, it's not. And the more that we put our money and our energy into an inferior product, we're the idiots. We're the fools. Like, think about the NFL. The Pro Bowl was so bad, they changed it to flag football. Think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl
was
so bad. They changed it to flag football, and more people watch the damn flag football game. Go figure.
There were a few players who came out though and said, "This is so freaking stupid."
Hey, get back to old school. Make it mean something.
Yeah.
Put some substantial cash up, and let's play some ball, man. There's
I don't think they care.
That's the characters. Kobe was going at LeBron like, "Dude, I'm finna dunk on you." Michael was like, "Freeze me out in '85. I'm going after all you suckers." That's what I'm talking about. Make it mean something or do away with it. No more participation trophies, man. I hate this generation in that.
He called them participation trophies.
It's like a 10th place ribbon.
I don't know how old your grandfather is, but I'm 45 going on 46, and I'm telling you, I can't stand it. It makes my tail itch, and it needs to change. I'm sick.
Yeah, no, my pops called the games. My pop calls the game. He's one of those guys that call the game soft these days. That's what he says. He says the game is soft these days.
Hey man, CPS toilet paper is harder than the NBA right now. You know that.
Jeez,
that should tear you up, man. Literally,
we gonna have some truth on this show.
I'll give it to you. The All-Star games are bad. They become a circus act, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
So I'll give you that for sure.
It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch.
So Spitter, man, where can we find you? Because everybody in the chat, make sure you follow him, subscribe to his YouTube. And
let them drop the info, T. Let them drop the info because we don't know.
Give it.
Make sure everybody you follow. Go ahead, drop it.
You can find me everywhere. My music is everywhere. You can find me on Apple iTunes. My music is everywhere. Prime, Spitter the Don, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, SPITTATHADON. You can find me on all platforms. Any platform you can think of, I'm there.
Oh,
dope,
hey.
Man. Dope.
Wait a minute. Before we had a question. Thank you, Amber, my girl. Bullets had a question for Spitter. Yeah, put that up.
Oh.
Yeah. Who was your biggest influence when it comes to the rap game? Do you have any old school influence you bring to your crowd? Absolutely, bro. Well, one, I listen to all types of music. So all types of music because I audio engineer too. So it's not just audio engineering, hip hop and rap music and stuff like that. Like I listen to all contents of music. You know what I'm saying? The first thing I would say is gospel plays a role as far as like how I learned scaling and pitches and tones and stuff like that. Poetry, my mom used to write poetry a lot, so that helped me when I was learning how to write bars and stuff like that. As far as like my influence on music, everybody's got their top rappers. Some people say Tupac, Jay-Z, stuff like that. For me, I grew up in the Lil Wayne era.
Okay.
I grew up in the Lil Wayne era, so like he was like my all-time favorite. It's a couple
Oh,
guys
right,
that
because
I
you
like
said
how they.
94, so you got Hot Boy right after you got the
Yeah,
game.
for sure. Yeah, but I was listening to Jay-Z Renegade, listening to his song Cry, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of I take from a lot of old school, you know what I'm saying? It's a couple of new school rappers as far as like engineering that I like how they do their music. Like Travis Scott, you know what I'm saying? I like the way that how he's able to do his music, vocal projections from certain artists. But yeah, man, Lil Wayne had to be it was something about metaphors to me and making certain things make sense. So
Okay.
Love to hear that.
All
Great
right.
question, Bullets. That's one of our California connections, you know. E40, Too Short, you know, them
oh
boys
yeah.
out there.
Go on and on.
Bone Thugs and Harmony. But you know, I'm from Chicago, so like do or die, that's
Absolutely. With
do or
Johnny
die
P on
Christian
the hook.
conflict. Yeah.
That's what's up. Love, man. Check out some old LL Cool J's album called Walk with
This
a Panther. You'll find some stuff there.
You talking about when he was beefing with what's his name? Was that KRS One?
Kumo D.
Kumo D, right. Yeah.
Yep, it's called Walk with
cannabis.
a
I've
Panther.
heard
Check
that
it
back
out.
and forth too.
Yep, check it out. Yep.
He was beefing with cannabis. Kumo D is way back in the day.
Kumo D is what he was
Oh, there
battling
we
with when he
go.
talking about Walk with a Panther, not cannabis, man. Cannabis wasn't even
Cannabis.
born.
Oh, Walking a
Somebody
Panther.
gotta
Yeah,
get it right. This a little bit before my time. One of y'all gotta get it right.
For my time.
Trust me. It's walk with a Panther, LL Cool J.
man, my computer, man. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
like a typewriter with like a little
Motherfucker.
screen?
Well, the broke
Yeah,
clock is gone.
it's no. I moved to another room.
That's
Well,
what
it
we
I
was better
moved
just
with
to
the
a
said.
broke
different
clock.
room, man. I gotta move around. It's not working out for me. I
It was
can't
better
ever
on the
forget
broken
my
clock
other
room.
computer ever again. This is terrible. Man, Spitter, I'm glad you came on anyway.
Man, I
Um,
appreciate
Next
y'all,
time
man. I'll be watching y'all.
we'll have you
Yeah,
on
appreciate the
again, man.
love.
And
And
I
definitely,
promise I'm gonna
man,
get my
respect to your
computer
music.
and
Respect to
make
your
this
music,
right.
bro.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it. I'm about to finish up some homework right now though.
All right, man. Get some sleep. You look like you sleepy as hell.
Shit, man. I've been up since 5 this morning, but you know, you gotta be up.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, man. Well, go
Brother
do your
Green.
homework and get some rest.
Appreciate y'all, man.
All
All right,
right, we'll holler at you.
So, man, it got kind of quiet in this motherfucker.
I'm waiting for
All
my
right.
full court press. I got some.
No, let me hit you up. Hold up.
Yeah, go ahead. Cue it up, Frank.
Man, as we coming out of this All-Star weekend, as terrible and trash as the game was, I just want to bring out something for our Bulls. We couldn't sign the obvious signing that we probably needed just to get inject a little bit of fuel to that fire what we needed with Russell Westbrook. But
Still got some fuel.
a prodigal son comes home with Patrick Beverly. Chicago born, Chicago raised, Chicago bred. He comes home. Is he the point guard that we need? No. Can he bring a little toughness to this soft team? Absolutely. And I
Defense
hope,
Defense too.
that's why I said a little toughness. So I hope and pray that Billy Donovan does not do the dummy like he always does.
And doesn't play.
Not let Patrick Beverly do what Patrick Beverly does. If we talking about making the playoffs and having some type of magical historic run, hell, I'm from a time when I saw the FC New York Knicks go to the finals. It happens. Not saying it's going to happen with our Bulls. I would love nothing more. Now, flipping sides. Last week we didn't get to talk about one, LeBron, Emmett Smith James. We didn't get to talk about him.
We did talk about him at Harold's, though.
Absolutely. So I'm going to let the people know what we talked about. So in my full court press, Congratulations to Mr. LeBron James for being the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. But also congratulations to LeBron James for not playing the 3 games after that, because you wanted to get them records knowing that you're never going to win another title. You might as well try to get all the records that you can as far as scoring, rebounding, and assists. That's all he's there for. That's your GOAT. You got goated if LeBron James is your smoke. Just think about it. Emmitt Smith, LeBron James, same person. Same person. And that's my full court press.
You disloyal, fool-ass, bitch-made punk.
And that's what he is.
Yeah, amen right there. All right. Easy. You ready to come back in? Bring him. You're on mute.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Also, congratulations to LeBron James for reaching that unbelievable feat in a losing effort. I think that really shows a lot of what he's all about.
4 times.
Not 1, not 2, not 3.
Every time he passed one of the guys, they lost.
Yep.
Can't make this up.
I'm going to give a little call out too to Anthony Davis, who sat down after he made that winning shot, or that winning shot, my ass, but that record-breaking shot. And then when they called him out, and he's like, what do you want me to freaking celebrate about? We're losing by 22 points to the worst team in the NBA. Kudos to you, Anthony Davis. It's about fucking winning.
Also, come home to Chicago. You look good in the Bulls uniform.
I would love that at this point, but hey.
I love Pat Bev, by the way.
It came down to the Bulls winning.
Well, like I said, we hope that Pat Bev injects a little bit of toughness.
Just some fire, man. We need it.
Fire into this team. We see what Zach does when DeMar don't play. At this point, we have a coach that's not a leader of men. And it's time to really realize that. And we might have a GM that really ain't good at being a GM. Oh, I'm sorry. Not the GM, because he don't do shit. It's all about the president, AK.
Yeah, there's no GM.
However you say his name. Because Mark Eversley is a tool. He's a puppy. He doesn't have any say-so in anything.
He shines his shoes. Is all he freaking does.
It's time to move on from this regime. If you're going to take a page out the Bears, do it now. Blow it up.
What do you feel about Westbrook going to the Clippers? Because, again, I don't see that working out.
Yeah, their odds went up.
I don't see that working out. I really
odds
don't
went
see
up.
those 3 playing together.
A little insight. Their odds went from 1,100 to 900. And
so did the Lakers. When
Paul George, not like this.
No,
Paul
not that.
George actually advocated and demanded ownership go after Russell Westbrook because of what they did.
So did LeBron James. LeBron James did that with the Lakers because he didn't want DeRozan. He chose Westbrook over DeRozan.
Hey, it's not the same, because if you listen to what Pat Bev said the other day, people don't want to play with LeBron. And it's
right now, I agree, because everybody knows he's just a stat chaser right now.
Paul George wants to play with the Russell Westbrook that was getting triple doubles 3 straight years.
I agree with that. And that's the Russell Westbrook I wanted to play with too here in Chicago.
Well, that's the Russell Westbrook the Clippers need.
Very true.
With a coach like Ty Lue. Watch out for the Clippers, I'm telling you.
Well, watch out for the Clippers, because we know, we say this every year, but we know what Kawhi could do down the stretch. And, I don't know how much of an impact Russ is going to have, but we'll see. I think out of all those big trades, nobody changed other than Phoenix. What did you say about Phoenix?
Phoenix obviously is one. In that particular order, 1 through 4, you got to go Phoenix, Denver, Dallas, Clippers.
I'd put Memphis over the Clippers still. Thank you very much.
Memphis is reeling bad.
They are reeling at the right time. It's the right time.
You know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
I like Grindhouse, but they about.
It doesn't feel like the Grindhouse anymore. They talk too much.
Part of that is the culture. Part of that is this new generation.
Sure. I'll give you
that. But the part about it that we need to really, really take note. If you watch what's going on in basketball today with the load management, the high number of threes that are being taken, then you look at the injuries players are getting because they're not used to playing so much. There used to be something to be said about playing 82 games in a season, right? Now, if you get 10 guys that play 82 games, it's like, oh, wow. I'm sorry, 10 stars. 10 stars that play 82 games. It's like, wow. Like, that's a big feat. Back in the day, half the league, if not more, played 82 games in a season. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you being soft and all this low management, now when you're asked to ratchet up a little bit, you can't do it. Because just like Alex Brown said with football practice, you can't expect me to go out and hit on Sundays if I can't hit Monday and Wednesday and Thursday. And then you only get 13 padded practices for a season.
Yeah, you got to build up that endurance long term.
In order to take being hit, you need to get hit.
Yes. All the great running backs say that.
Even look at boxing, even though you got the headgear on, you still getting hit.
Oh, yeah. No, it's the only thing that gets you, that really prepares you.
So it's just something to be said about this soft era that we're in.
It is.
I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
All my trophies was earned. I ain't never get one for showing up.
Okay, I know, right? I never kept no second or third place trophy. Sorry. Never kept one.
Kobe's advice about those trophies was you want to put up your participation trophies just to like motivate you to do better next time.
Shit, bullshit.
No, that's Kobe. That's not me. That's Kobe's line. Like he told his girls, put up that fourth place trophy because you know you're never going to get one of those again. You just got to see it every day.
I wouldn't put that shit up because I'd be embarrassed.
You said fourth place.
No, that's the point. You want to be embarrassed.
Participation means you showed up. You signed the waiver, and you got a trophy. Damn that.
I'm just offering
got this trophy for sucking at the game.
Not participation. I shouldn't say that. I should say like
we're all
trophy that shows like you could do better. I get that. I get that mentality.
Well, shit.
I mean that's a different mentality, but I'll put a little bit more into it because like let's say you at the Olympics and you get a gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal, whatever. So that's first, second, third place. I love that. That's true competitiveness. Sure. I'm talking about literally you show up and everybody, good, bad, and different, gets the same trophy. Hey,
yeah, I don't like that. That I don't like.
That's BS, and that's
crazy.
That's the era.
Everyone should get an orange slice, but not everyone should get a trophy.
There you go.
Do we have the link for these shirts? Anybody got that?
Yeah,
look at it.
We have the link for these shirts.
We have the link for In the Zone. Matter of fact, run the commercial.
Run the commercial for sure. Let's hit commercial. Commercial break before we leave.
Yeah, before we get to some shout outs.
Yeah.
Waiting on you, friend.
We still got we still got so much shit in here, man. God.
And if you look at our top two models in the frames, we have the lovely Foulmouth C donning the brand new In the Zone dual functional podcast shirt. And Frank with the unzipped macho look. Look, there it is, 360 degrees In the Zone Chicago podcast logo. This and many, many more can be yours at In the Zone.
InTheZoneApparel.com. Please check it out. Purchase you a Chicago Clubhouse podcast shirt.
Also,
for promo code with a $10 discount, I think it is.
Yeah, it was $10 off.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we got to get like a little link in here though with the promo code.
Semi-related, I found this shirt at a thrift shop yesterday. It just has Khalil Mack as a bear all over it, and I was like, I gotta cop that. So,
I love it.
How the hell was that semi-related?
What was the what now?
How the hell was it semi-related?
It's semi-related. It's shirts.
It's shirts. Oh, there's the relation. It's shirts.
Easy to say. It's shirts.
It's shirts, man.
Yeah.
I thought they were pajamas, dude. They were rocking.
They do look like pajamas.
What we're really gonna do is now we're gonna get into some shout outs because it has been one hell of a night.
Hey,
Easy, you're always leading it off there.
Go ahead, Easy.
All right, set the table. All right.
we
Well,
want easy.
first of all, gonna shout out all y'all. You're great group. Always fun to chop it up. Shout out to Alex Brown for joining us. Definitely a favorite of mine growing up. Definitely he introduced me to a lot of the nuances of the game just by playing it. So it's really cool to get to talk to him. Shout out to pitchers and catchers. They reported recently baseball season is going to be starting soon. Good luck to the Cubs and the Sox. Yeah, I don't discriminate. Shout out to
we do
Pat Bev, newest member of the Chicago Bulls. What?
What? We discriminate.
Yeah, I know y'all do, but I'm not like that. I'm above that. No,
we below that.
Shout out to shout out to all these talking heads in the media for spiraling all these bullshit rumors about Justin Fields getting traded. I know it's making y'all look like complete idiots, but I know you're doing what you have to do to help the Bears, gain some leverage. This is what I've been talking about. Y'all are doing your job just fine. And as much as it is annoying me to hear people talk about why the Bears should trade Justin Fields, I still understand that long term it's probably better that these rumors are circulating. And Justin is going to be a Bear for life, and I'm proud to say it. And those are my shout outs. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Frank.
The tank. All right. Shout out to
Harold.
Alex Brown, my man. Easy in that pajama t-shirt. No related to anything that we're talking about, other than
somewhat related.
Shout out to Alex Brown, great guest, man. I know he told us that he only wanted to really be on here for a half an hour, but that didn't happen. He was almost on here for the whole show, but hey, love it. He seemed like he enjoyed himself. Happy to have him on. Like how Easy said, dude, I loved him all the time. For sure. Every single time he was here. I was so pissed when we got rid of him and he went to the Saints. So pissed at that. Shout out to the chat. Always got to give a shout out first to the mom of the podcast. I see her commenting there on the end right now. JB's mom, always happy to have you on here. We had a lot of new faces on here. Jeremy, I talked to Jeremy on LinkedIn. I used to work with him at my old job. I know he just recently left, but we still talk. So definitely happy to see him on here.
Welcome.
Amber, I'm sure Paul's sitting right there next to you. Always love seeing both of you guys on too, start to finish. Thank you. And everyone else, we had a lot. Bullets chimed in. Anthony, you're always on. Love you. Desmond, we even had the lurker piece of shit from Detroit hop on again.
Hey man, have respect for Don.
Hey, Don Burr is cool, man.
Don Burr's funny as hell because he flaunts all this stupid shit that he brings up, and I love it.
Hey,
Adam, happy to have you on. Yeah, we had a lot of people on here. So hey, kudos to everyone in the chat. Kudos to all you guys. Always love being on here on Tuesdays. It was Terrence and that 1945 computer that he was rocking at first. Man, looked like he was. I don't know what it looked like. Like a typewriter screen. Other than that, that's all I got. Hit it.
Real quick, I forgot to shout out my show. Easy Does It Thursday night, 8:30 Central Time. Everyone tune in. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a bit of a lull in sports season, but there's always stuff to talk about with me because I'm me. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, well,
yes.
That's what's up.
I love it.
I guess that means it's my turn. First of all, I want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat. I want to give a special shout out to my cousin Wall, who was watching tonight. Made a comment talking about AB. Also want to give a shout out to you four brothers, Frank the Tank, Easy Does It, JB, T that's back there lurking some damn where. Also want to give a shout out to Alex Brown for coming on. He said he was going to give us a half an hour, but he did so much better and gave us a full hour and a half. So we really do appreciate that. I guess it was just, the camaraderie, us getting into the topics and having a good time and talking about it and busting jokes. So I guess that made him want to stay on a little bit longer. So we do appreciate his time and him coming on and blessing us with his presence. Also want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Moore's Beer. JB, go ahead and show you Moore's Beer right there. You got the can with, who's that guy right there?
Nat King Cole.
Nat King Cole. I see, man.
That's not Nat.
No, that ain't Nat King Cole. Damn. That ain't. I
not
fucked that up. So what? All right. Who else we got? We got In the Zone. Give a shout out to them. Remember to purchase your Chicago Clubhouse podcast t-shirts. Got In the Zone, Under Armour, and am I missing someone? And Hugh. Remember to go to Hugh if you'd like to go out and party, have a few drinks. Hugh's nightclub, damn sure place to be. And also remember, everyone out there, to like and subscribe to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. I want to give a shout out to everyone that's going through anything, have family members that's sick. We're with you. We have prayers for you. Hoping everyone comes through. Give a shout out to my little cousin Mecca, who just had her baby girl yesterday.
Mazel tov.
She had the baby shower Sunday.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? So I guess that baby shower made that baby come early. Shout out to the kiddies who should be in the bed. And outside of that, shout out to my mom. Hi, Mom. I know you ain't watched tonight, so I'm going to tell you hi anyway. She has her boyfriend's birthday. What's today? Oh, shout out to Jim Wimbush. Happy birthday, sir. And I want to give a special shout out to my sister who damn, I'm pulling a Terrence in this motherfucker.
Dude,
man, shit. Give a shout out to my sister who just had a birthday a couple of days ago on February 17th. Happy birthday. Love you. And I'm done. That's it.
All right. Before I get into my shout outs, I want to take a moment and ask for a moment of silence. Pray for one of our Bears alumni, Mr. Curtis Conway, who lost his mother.
Yes.
She is no longer with us, but Curtis was actually supposed to be on with us tonight with AB, and we got that tragic news. So to the Conway family, our thoughts and prayers and love go out to you. Anything you need, brother, just reach out, even if it's just to vent. We love you and we appreciate what you do for Chicago, and we thank you. So shout out to the Conway family, prayers and blessings. Rest in power to Curtis Conway's mom. Then shout out to my mom, of course, the Chicago Clubhouse podcast mom, always watching. If we only got one viewer, it's her. Trust and believe. Shout out to our other P1, who I love this. Can we put up her new name? She went from Amber Edinger to AD1, and I love it. That was cold. Look at that, AD1. Shout out to Amber and the whole Edinger family. We love and appreciate you. As always, as you see, the chat was lit. You touched on a couple of the names. Aunt Stewart always coming in and talking to us. Wallace Effort, a new guy, AB in the building. We thank you. One of our own, Kristen Petit, one of the own members who has a show with Mr. Emilio K. Buckets when baseball season starts called Plunked. Check them out. I'm not sure when they air, but when Plunked come back on, we'll let them know. So shout out to Kristen for checking in. We appreciate and love you, sis, always. Jeremy Bauman, that's the gentleman you were talking about, Frank. Love to see new faces. Great content, Jeremy. Great questions. Shout out to Don Burr. Detroit, we rock with you right now.
Yeah, dude, I respect the shit out of you for knocking out the Packers, dude. That's respect.
Absolutely. Jeanette Johnson, thank you for chiming in.
Fuck him.
My man Bullets. Cali Love, always checking in. This is a guy that I met actually easy on your show, Noah Gross. Thank you for chiming in, Noah. Love to have you. Keith Lambert, a new one if I haven't seen you before. Thank you for chiming in. We appreciate the love. Adam Dobbs, thank you for chiming in. We appreciate the love. All the new ones. Yes, love you too, Mom. Love you, Amber. Love you, my man Bullets from another. Always. My man Harry Berg, Harry the Greek, chiming in all the way from Tampa, Florida. Love to see that. Who else are we missing? Anybody? I think Bueller. Hey, shout out to some guy named Elijah Zelunke. I don't know who that guy is. Oh, wait, no, that's Easy. Shout out to Easy Does It.
I don't know. No clue who that is either.
In the place to be. Thursdays, check my man's out. He actually, everybody, he's got a great show, great content. This dude is hilarious, and he knows what he's talking about. Shout out to Damon. Damon had checked back in. So all of the CCP fam, we thank you. We love you. We appreciate you for chiming in. We appreciate you for spending your Tuesday night with us. And that's all I got.
Oh, shout out to the Chicago Bears Atlanta group, now part of the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast Network. Shout out to you guys as well.
You might as well, right? Atlanta is like half of our that.
Shout out to Jeanette Johnson. I'm sorry, we got another one. I'm sorry. Shout out to Jeanette. I just seen it. Yep.
Yeah. We're going to be down in ATL soon, so we're looking forward to having some of that Southern hospitality.
And that's all we got. So, in honor of T-Nick, on the count of three, everybody. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck you, T-Nick. Where are we going with this?
What?
Because normally we would be doing
Foul pretty much took that violin on that one, man.
No, but we said in honor of T-Nick because I don't know where he went. So
he's still down there. I see him.
He's on his way to bed.
Still down there, but I mean, he looks like he's on a 1950s computer. So
shout out to T-Nick because he's the brains behind this operation. If we're Voltron, he actually is the Black Lion. But
I think is that about it?
That's about it. Wait, are we done?
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
The NBA All-Star game needs to figure out and stop having to be sheeps. They're all a bunch of sheeps.
Yeah,
I think the NBA All-Star game, they should just play flag football.
Flag basketball?
Flag basketball.
Or maybe set up like those little Nerf basketball hoops. They get like the little mini ball in it.
Well, they
be some more entertaining shit, I'm going to tell you.
Look, I'd rather than play 2K.
I like that.
I'm pretty sure I was playing 2K during that All-Star.
I'm pretty sure they play better defense, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, right.
Let's close it out with
home run derby.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.
Good night, Canada. Good night, Alaska.
Puerto Rico. Let's just all name a bunch of random shit. Puerto Rico.
Go see Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. You will not